every day under the threat of death, I feel discouraged sometimes. Living every day under extensive criticism, even from Negroes, I feel discouraged sometimes.
Listen, two cups, like ice.
Welcome to another episode of Two Cups of Truth, live from Boom Studios here in Atlanta, GA. This podcast is dedicated to discussing civil and social issues affecting our community and our culture. I am Tate Gotti, aka the Relationship Rabbi, and with me per usual is the queen of the court, Mrs. Razzle Dazzle, the queen of R&B.
What's going on, y'all?
And please explain to the people what the R&B stand for, because I think a lot of people don't.
So, as you guys, if you guys have been listening, if you haven't been listening, I am the self-proclaimed, well, not self-proclaimed, but I was given that name.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Right, and it was given to me actually, and I just was like, you know what, that's an accurate depiction, so I'm gonna run with it. Okay. So, anywho, your girl is the queen of R&B, the queen of ratchet and bougie. I'm always gonna give you a good mix of the two. So, keep everything balanced.
Exactly.
That's what I thrive for.
Exactly.
Yes.
And to my left, you're right, people, for the first time, live in the studio, Port City Finest. I need you to get up out your seats at the house, pull over if you're driving. Can I get a hand clap for my guy? I haven't seen my guy in a minute. We got G-Thing in the building, a.k.a. DJ Longboy. What's up, sir?
How you doing?
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a good show today. And last but not least, the man behind the magic, the MacGyver of podcasting, because he's full of tricks this whole week. He's wiggling out of every situation. The big homie, Mr. Magic, a.k.a. the Big Goo. What's up, sir?
Hey, man, what it do, man? It's the boy up in here, man.
You
ready for this?
You not going to give hand claps to yourself today?
No, I ain't gonna give a hand clap to myself.
Okay.
But you know what? I ain't worried. You know what? I might as well do.
You might as well
stay. Give yourself your flowers while you're here,
Give yourself some flowers.
You know what I'm saying? Because I never get them.
Right.
I never get the flowers, so I'm up against and Magic to get the flowers. But here, how was everybody's week?
Very productive. Very productive. So I'm super proud of myself.
That's awesome.
We'll most definitely give myself a round of applause on that.
That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the weather changing, all this piling up. People, listen to me. It just popped in my head. Stop going to the car wash if you know you ain't got no garage. Okay? Because your car gonna get right back done.
Yellow.
It's gonna get... I understand if you got... I mean, like, are we going to car shows? Are the barbecues kicked off yet? Like, what they doing?
I washed my car yesterday morning.
Oh, so you in there though? My man about
looked
Not
terrible.
even that. But check this out. Did you put the little protector? Because does anything repel pollen?
Yeah, soap and water.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm talking about like the extra coating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's still even if you do have
I
protective coating, like with our sneakerheads, even when you spray your sneakers down, and let's say you walk through a field of pollen, you still gotta take the rag, the dust off.
The top coat.
The top coat.
Right.
You feel me? You might not have it soak into your material.
Right.
But you still gotta brush it off, so you still gotta go out and wipe your car down and knock that first layer of pollen off.
Yeah,
it is just a lot of work.
Yeah. It is.
So I just say wait to probably mid-April.
Mid-April? Hell, you might end up waiting until June.
Because it's gonna rain a lot, because the rain gonna knock half the pollen off anyway.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
I backed out today, and my car got pollen on them, and it's in the garage.
That pollen is beastly.
Man, yeah, pollen all inside my vehicle this morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I'm like, wow.
It's floating.
Correct.
I was at
It's floating.
It is. No, seriously. So I was at Greenbrier earlier because my mother and I have been walking the parking lot of Greenbrier.
Okay, which is dangerous, but go ahead.
Shout out to Green.
Why is that dangerous,
You gentrifying because Mason went down, you just think that we can...
Hold on 1 second. I've been walking over there.
Inside the mall, I prefer.
No,
but
outside. But it's a lot of us that be out there. Males, females.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
saying?
Strapped, unstrapped. What's up?
In the morning time?
Mm-hmm. Early in the morning.
Okay.
Like, drop the baby off at school and hit the pavement.
Okay. Then.
And if it rain, I go to one of the little sections where the awnings are and hit them jump ropes. It's not, I just feel like this. At this point, I have to do something. So, you know,
I
I
got
have to
you.
get it where I live. Anyway, y'all done took me out totally off the fucking
I'm
subject.
just trying
But
to
anyway,
you
no.
good next week.
Right. Your girl gonna be here. Your girl will be here next week. But anyway,
Okay.
so it's cars every now and again going through the parking lot.
Mhm.
When I tell you, it's like what they call them little dust bubbles or whatever. It's pollen bubbles that's coming falling behind people's car. Yeah, it's a whole yellow clouds, puffs of yellow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that pollen is beastly for sure.
That's crazy. DJ Longboy, how was your week?
Very productive, like the young lady said over there.
Cool.
I enjoyed it.
That's cool. That's cool.
I cooked a lot for my wife. She started getting smiles, so I want to gain a couple.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
She trying to lose weight to get that summertime action, and you said miss you with it.
So
Fat on up.
So
Right.
what was one of the I guess you can say fan favorites this week from the
That I
family,
cooked?
that you cooked for your wife?
I put a roast on the grill at 12:30, and I took it off at 5:30.
Ooh, that's
Wrapped it up with aluminum foil, oranges. I took a rub. What you call that? Honey mustard, spicy honey mustard. Rubbed it down. Onions, bell pepper, garlic sauce, seasoning sauce, lemon pepper. Stuffed the meat with bell peppers and cut onions on top. Wrapped it up, aluminum foil. 5 hours, and she ate like a dog.
Man,
That baby said the wife is getting too slim, and he gotta fatten that ass up.
we gotta put maybe him and Wu might need to do a versus.
Hey,
Might need to.
He talking about on the back end.
What?
He got to come.
I don't know what he
back end.
We gotta pray for this guy. I don't know what he got going on. If anybody listening got access to a preacher or anybody can perform an exorcism, come pray for the boy at Bout Studios, man. This guy.
Does he need the hands laid on him, or can they do it through the live?
No, they need to come hand to hand.
They need to come.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you, because you know some people can work through.
Nah, this ain't Joel Osteen.
Hold on. Now that's what we were talking about one day. I don't mean to get your way off subject, but that's what we were talking about. But since we got the DJ Longboy, we need to add DJ Long about the verses.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because I forgot. I just remember Joel Osteen. But who else you were gonna put up?
It was Jamal Bryant against Creflo.
Mm-hmm.
It was TD Jakes against Joel Osteen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who you got? TD Jakes or Joel Osteen in a versus? Who you?
Oh man, what about my man right here?
Oh boy.
The hair product guy that I go to.
Bronner.
Oh yeah, well he'll be Bronner.
Is a beast.
And he representing the outside of town. He from here. So,
Yeah, he is.
Right. We'll do Bronner versus Mr. Clean. Y'all know he old school culture preacher. He's still around.
I'm rocking with Joel Osteen though.
Against
He
Jakes.
talks like this when he talks. He makes you believe what he says.
Against
How he talk?
He talks like this and God.
Joe.
That's what Joel Osteen.
I can listen to
I'm rocking
Joel
with
Osteen, but looking and watching him at the same time, I can't even do it.
And
it's like a Ken doll talk. I'm good.
With Joel,
Exactly.
I'm good on that.
With Joel Osteen, it's two parts too. He get a lot of fan letters, and his mother's a elderly lady, but she hand signs, signature.
You lying to me. I don't believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
You saying Joel Osteen?
They got a stamp, and they can just stamp.
That's what they do have. Because who is many letters? First of all, we can look. Let's figure this out. How that man probably receiving letters on an international basis. My
You
mom
saying
used
that
to
mama
work.
signed his letters for him?
That's what I'm saying. If his mom ain't signing all them
You got to
letters,
think his daddy had the church first, which is his dad's wife, and his dad passed, then he got it. So they still are fans
Lineage.
of the original lineage,
Right.
which was his dad and his mom.
right?
Joel Osteen, you know.
Man,
We all believe that we can be better.
He said the riddle told me one day.
check this out. I don't know if y'all familiar with Dr. Barbara King. Had the church on Cascade here in Atlanta.
Okay.
She had an international and a domestic church following, and her mail used to be ridiculous. And she never got necessarily quite to the joke. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His mom ain't signing them letters. That's a lie.
They got a stamp.
They got a stamp. Yeah.
Roll that stamp with the
Yes.
signature on
Then I
the
went straight to Staples. I don't know.
Well, either way, it's still good though. People still
sound
follow
good.
her. You know what I'm saying?
It
She got a
sound
good
good.
following.
Right.
But we got some interesting topics. I need a blunt or something. My vocabulary is. Anyway, I move on. We got some interesting topics today. We're gonna start off with this first one. And Magic brought this up Thursday, you all, and it was very good. Have anyone heard of the gentleman Edward? I hope I'm pronouncing this correct. Caninglia.
Caninglia.
Yeah, Caninglia. Edward and Kim Caninglia.
That sounds too close to cunnilingus. me.
No one? Going once, going twice?
Nah,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
not from where I'm from.
Okay, gotcha. Well, these two married couple of 22 years are from Cranston, Rhode Island.
Okay.
And they are, quote unquote, the catalyst behind Biden's administration urging the Supreme Court to be able to enter homes and seize guns without a warrant. And
For
this,
cops to be able to enter homes and seize
Correct.
guns without a warrant.
Correct. And this case is currently in the Court of Appeals, First Circuit. And it
Okay.
all happened because in August 20th, 2015, Edward and Kim got into an argument about a coffee mug
Oh boy.
in the house that wasn't used between a brother-in-law and this, that, and the third. So he left, goes back in the room and brings an empty gun into the kitchen and puts it on the table. Tells her to just go ahead and kill me and take me out of my misery. So, so the argument heats up. He leaves, cools off, come back. She leaves, gets a hotel for the night, comes back. They thought it kind of quieted down, settled down. Never did. It got hostile again. But he has I think he has seizures. Don't fact check with people, but if you want to know more, research yourself. And so the police came on her call to him because they were saying that they think he might be suicidal.
Mm-hmm.
So the cops came and took the guns out of the house.
Mm.
So this is where, hopefully, quote unquote, this is where it is stemming from. But I always think it's still a bigger picture at play.
Of course.
So my question to you all is, how do you think, if this does go to the Supreme Court and it does pass nationally, how is this going to affect, in a good way and in a negative way, affect gun owners currently and people who want to apply to be gun owners going forward? Specifically the black and brown people
Let's just be clear.
right now,
Mm-hmm.
this particular topic.
It'll benefit black people tremendously because don't nobody load guns thinking about nobody but black folks. So
See?
the black people load guns thinking about black folks. The white folks load guns thinking about black folks. So it might benefit our youth. Hell, it might benefit us as a whole in the future, but not right now.
Okay.
I mean, there's other countries that don't have guns everywhere, and they crime rate is a little lower than ours.
Correct.
So, I mean, but me personally, man, them southern white guys, they not gonna go for it. Not the ones that I know from Alabama. Shit, they'll kill you and themselves before they give you their guns.
Right.
Hey, listen, we need more stricter laws, I think.
Right.
You know, for me, 'cause when I was over in Australia, like, you know, they got different rules. Like, you can get caned to death over there. Like, you steal something, they would cane you. Like, I'm talking about beat you with canes. Like, you can go to a bar and leave your wallet on the bar for 3 days and come back and your wallet still be there. Ain't nobody messing with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, here, you can't even drop $1 and somebody gonna put their foot on it. Soon as
Right.
Yeah.
hey.
And let's be clear, I started to get Zoe yesterday at the Met down in the West End. You know, my wife, she has 2 daughters, so we're a blended family, 2 older daughters, and her oldest daughter's 13. And they went to the candy stand, and she dropped the $20 bill, and I scooped it up, and I looked up, and she was already looking at the candy man. I'm like, hey, I started to get you. I said,
What did
get
you
your
do?
$20. I said, tighten up. You know what I'm saying? And people not that honest, because if I'm your in-house.
You see, I would have,
Right.
but I would have kept on 20 until she looked for it.
Exactly.
See, then I would have gave it.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, we had a lesson learned because the middle one was late getting dressed, and I told her first to get ready. I said, you need to go and get your hair together because we got to
You know
go.
she's slow.
We got to go to the Met because your mama, you know, she pushing the shirts and stuff out there. Oh, okay. Hour and a half. She the last one down the street. Down the step. We get in the car. She's trying to slide Marley over to get the Ayla, who was my niece. Then they both 9 and 8. Oh, it's small. I told Lulu, I said, Marley, get out. Lulu, you sit in the middle. Because you were late.
Right.
So she in the back. She's tall too, so she's sitting the two little kids. I said, you ride going and coming back. Because you the first person I told to get dressed, and you was late. Gotta teach them.
Yeah, and you really truly do have to. As far as I agree with the laws, there do need to be stricter laws. The fact that anybody can pretty much go, and if they have the money to go and get a gun, they can get one. I think that's a little bit absurd. I do feel like there should be some type of, if you have medical, like if a felon try to go get a gun, they don't want a felon to go get a gun because
No.
he's criminal.
Correct.
But someone with a mental illness, disability, so to speak, also needs to have some type of wrangle on being able to acquire a gun also. Because with them, I feel like the same triggers that they feel like a felon would have having a gun, the person with the mental disability or whatever is, to me, a lot worse going around with a gun.
I get it. And Magic said something that was key too. He stated that we can register for a gun and get a gun the same day.
Yeah.
But they kept just past the law statewide where we got all these stipulations of what we can and cannot do. We can't have food in the line while we vote. We can't do this.
And that's crazy.
You can't even register and vote the same
day.
But you can
But
register
you can get a gun, go register and shoot someone, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
In the same day.
Absolutely.
That's crazy and very much so backwards.
Very much.
Same day.
Very much. Very
That's
much.
ridiculous, man. It makes no sense. But that's a very good topic. It's crazy. I still think it's always an underlying. We probably know 2, 3, maybe 5 years down the line really what it was.
The specifics.
Yeah, the specifics of it.
When is the criminal not a criminal anymore? When is the convicted felon not a felon anymore? When can he get a gun to protect his family 20 years later?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's way deeper than just them taking them guns. They need to put everybody in the pie to start
Right.
digesting all this shit. Because I know plenty of blood brothers of mine that are felons that are praising God every day, driving trucks, doing the right thing, and they can't get a gun to protect their family.
Right.
But
So-
you're always a criminal. You always whatever you see.
Unfortunately.
See, no, not unfortunately. It's fair, and I'm gonna tell you why it's fair. Because you can be a school teacher and you retire as a school teacher. They say you're a retired what? School teacher. You still a school. You still considered to be a school teacher. You can be a fireman. You retire as a fireman. You're a retired what? Fireman. You can be a football player. And you can be a retired football player. You're a retired football. You still consider that. So, now, just cause you're not doing it no more, you know what I mean? So, so you're a criminal, you're an ex-bank robber, but you're an ex-bank robber, you know what I mean? Like, so, now, that don't mean that what I say now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't get a second chance at, having certain rights. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, but the label itself, since Longboy hadn't brought it up, like, I'm just saying, like, we don't lose them labels, you know what I mean? Like, once you're something, you are that, So, because just as fast, if it was a profession, you still give them that credit for being a teacher after they hadn't taught in 20 years.
What's the illegal situation with the guns? Like, even if you take all the people who doing the right way to get the guns, what about all the bad guys who got guns that don't have them legal? So the people that can get a gun, can't get them, but now the thugs and the gangsters and the real criminals that are criminals current, they can get a gun. So they need not to take guns from anyone. They just need to do what you said and make different restrictions.
Correct.
Yeah, like if you don't have I go back to education. Like if you don't have a high school diploma, GED, it should be a little bit harder for you to get a gun. Right. Like certain things. I mean, because if you look at the numbers, you look at statistics, you look at what it is. Like you hadn't proven yourself in no fashion that you can follow rules, have the rules.
Wait. But see, we all know that was a trick too, because I went to school with some very smart guys that grew up to be my friends that were put in special education, LD, Chapter 1, and they couldn't get a diploma or a GED. Well, they could get a GED, but they never got a diploma. So a lot of guys are been like
lost in the system.
Yes, it's been a game the whole time against us.
Absolutely, especially the black male for sure.
And I'm glad you brought that topic up because even in that same token, even if you go back to if you listen, like we always talk about Dr. Umar and his
Umar Johnson.
Yeah, Umar Johnson, his interviews, he always speaks about how the teachers that were putting these kids in these different requirements weren't even psychiatrists.
Thank you.
They weren't even medically approved to sit there and say, put this kid on Ritalin. He got a problem. He got a disability.
They were pushing it.
You was just pushing
an agenda.
Correct.
Medically and systematically for black and brown kids.
Absolutely. Especially the boys.
They tried to put
black
me
males.
on Ritalin.
Black males were most definitely
targeted.
But if
I'm not gonna say nothing.
But no, all jokes aside.
Nah, really.
No, it's funny. But no, So I'm what 8, 9 years old. You sit there and tell an 8-year-old, 9-year-old child, be still. I'm like my youngest nephew. He's a boy. Like my oldest nephew, he's a boy too. He do little boy things, but he mild mannered. But that baby, everybody say that boy act just like he used to.
Right.
He the type walk around just flip a chair over just to do it.
Right.
Just to see.
And look at you.
He need to be caned.
Yeah.
Yes,
I got whoopings, but I'm just saying.
No, you ain't get caned.
Oh, look,
See, it's a difference.
But see, you when it comes to because see some kids activity.
Her child bad too.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Exactly. Don't do that.
Like that.
But no,
That's not funny.
kids, every kid period have different activity level. If your kid come out, you know that activity level on the honey, you really seriously have to take that time to say, okay, cool, we got to figure out how to exert this
Put it in
energy.
something so he can dissolve the energy.
And that's what for me, that's what it is.
You put me in on Ritalin, I'm right here going to sleep at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
That ain't healthy.
It's not. And see, the thing is like now our
That's
kids,
why I'm off now.
we gonna get you back on.
Yeah,
though,
see
brother.
what
We
I'm
gonna get
saying?
you on. But see, now
I
our
tell you
kids
what,
have a lot more opportunities.
You got a lot
for
of energy.
activity.
I tell you, like them folk where we from, you get out there, you cut that field over there with this.
Exactly.
Tie yourself out.
Yeah,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? You
Correct.
gonna,
But see, we know better now. We know
gonna-
better
yeah,
now.
we know
We can
better.
offer
y'all
different
ain't got no
things.
grad to cut.
We do have grass.
They ain't got no field.
But
Got
check
no
this, we don't
field.
have no field. But what I do have is that I have resources to go take my little baby to a garden so she can learn planting. You know what I'm saying? I can take her to a coding class where she can learn how to code. I can take her to these are extracurricular activities. A lot of these activities are free. They're in your neighborhood, and all they want you to do is come sign up for it, especially since class has gone online. It's a lot of free organization or free opportunities out here for kids to code, learn how to garden, learn home ec if they want to bake, all that good stuff. These kids just need something to do, and I don't necessarily have the time for it. But I can look. I'm a researcher, so I'm gonna find her some free stuff.
And then he also spoke that school was something that was created by the church.
Right.
When they
We know what the church
when they
did.
first came to Jamestown centuries ago. So
Right.
you cannot. What you do when you go to church? You sit down. A boy can't sit down for no 4-5 hours.
It's not even natural. It's not
You
even
got,
natural.
I mean, but you can sit down for a little while in mine and say, listen, no, I don't know. I ain't like people like my kid, other people's kids I know, I even when I work with Department of Labor, man, like you dealing with these grown kids, cause everybody, man, first of all, I heard Tay use the term grown today, so I got a different definition of grown. Cause we've been grown since we were about 12. You know what I mean? So whenever you first started saying bad words, cuss words, that's when you felt like you were grown. So
What the hell?
This boy crazy. He already gave me this spiel, but it don't make sense in the
hey,
end.
but
go ahead.
so you feel like you grown at 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've been grown a long time. So when are you gonna be an adult? You've been grown forever. Like when is the time to be an adult? Like, cause grown to me is like the new childish. Like you say somebody say that they grown. I don't really respect it because I'm an adult now. I done been grown since 12, 10. I done been grown, so that's old with for me. I'm past that phase in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and when you see grown people, they struggling. When somebody tell you they grown, usually they struggling week to week, check to check. So, you know what I mean? So usually when somebody told you that I'm grown, how did they say it to you? They didn't tell it to you in no nice way. They told you with an attitude.
That's correct.
I'm grown.
Yeah,
So usually when somebody say I'm grown, so the first thing that is negative. So now you finna get a negative response. Everybody finna handle you negative. And then you wondering why everybody handling you in a negative way because you told them you were grown. So I mean, but you don't see adults having the same issues that grown people have. You know what I mean? So.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna make sense.
You did something
So I decided to be an adult because I was grown at 12.
There you go.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this last question. Go ahead, sir.
You right. Man. When you throw man in there, grown, adult, man. Which one? What would you throw that at? Can that go in between grown and adult? Would man override grown and adult? Which one would it be? Like
Or
just a
adult
man. A
What's
man.
I just being an adult
What's your
man.
tier?
I just grown just out the picture with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just an adult man. You
Yeah.
know, I'm an adult period. You know, because I handle myself like an adult. You know, like I said, look around and tell the kids look around their environments. Usually, the people talking about on ground got problems. They stressed out. Look, I mean, it ain't just look for yourself. So when I started looking around, I said, if this what grown is, I don't want it.
That's
I
true.
don't want it. Well, I get what you're saying, and I do agree. I say 95%. Because the other 5 is everybody going through something, but it's how you communicate it and how you handle it.
True that.
Determines if you still grown or an adult.
But-
Because everybody gonna sometimes in your life you gonna hit a bump in the road
Right.
where you being an adult and having a job is gonna make you, in your example, act grown. Like, God, hey man, I gotta pay the tax on this house.
That's what adults do.
Yeah, correct.
But if you grown, you might try to find a way not to pay
Nah,
taxes.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to find a way to slide this in, but
Just come on with it.
25. That's the number where your mind is complete as a young man that can make logical thoughts. But they letting you get alcohol and cigarettes. Well, they letting you get cigarettes at 18. In Germany, you can drink at 19. And at 21, you can buy alcohol. But it's a scientific fact that your mind as a man is not fully developed with your logical thinking, your reasoning thinking, until you're 25.
Right.
So a lot of shit need to be, can we cuss?
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff need to be unwritten and rewritten off
Correct.
science and what people have been documenting for years. I love you, Mark Johnson, by the way, man. Big shots. I'd love to meet him one day. Just, what's up, man? Thank you. Walk off. I ain't got to do all that extra, but yeah. I just want to throw that in there. Like, we got kids getting prison sentences for life at 16, but by science that everybody goes off of, they're not even mentally stable to know what they're doing at 16, 12, 21, 8. Your brain is not fully developed as a man until you're 25.
So
And,
great.
and to add on that, because we've got like 3 more minutes on this topic, to add on that, that's the pass that the Caucasian kid will get. They'll get that pass.
They will.
The African American and black and brown kid,
They're not gonna
they
get it.
gonna get charged like you were supposed to know better as an adult.
Right. So
See what I'm
since you
saying?
said that, so what y'all think about? Like, okay, the little girl, I think she was a Caucasian young lady, got drugged by 2 young black boys.
Miami?
In
In
Miami,
Miami.
yeah. And they finna go away for life.
And how old were they?
They were like 16.
Jesus.
The
So
boys
now-
were 16?
Yeah, now
They
based on what Longboy just got through saying, through science, you know, we not developed until we 25. So they finna charge these kids, cause they didn't know the young lady was gonna die. They didn't know she was gonna have an allergic reaction to the drug. Now, for first of all, that they shouldn't have been trying to drug her in the first place.
Correct.
So that was number one. But you know, but the intent wasn't to kill her.
Right.
Correct.
I say they should have a test when people go up for parole, other than people who have fucked up issues themselves, saying, hey, right here says you had a disciplinary, right here say about our bullshit, and now I'm somebody telling you you can and cannot get out of prison. They need to have some kind of scientific test where they hook a motherfucker up to a machine and see where their mind and stable capabilities are at that time.
Right.
That's like far away from this time point, but I think that would be the only way to answer that.
And
Because they didn't fucked up. They shouldn't have did that, and they had more sense than that.
Correct.
So you think that they should get a pass,
Oh.
or you think they should go to prison?
Now I'm gonna say this,
In
just like
between.
it's case. It's not saying
Hell
they,
no,
they got to go. They got to go. They got to go. But as a judge, I think, of course, they probably not. They want to say justice is blind, but of course she's not. But if you're a judge, and I saw this interesting situation on The Good Doctor, and they had a transplant, and the girl was up. She was gonna give her kidney away to somebody who needed it. She said, "Well, who was my kidney going to?" And so the doctor's looking around, and they like, "What do we do?" Because the person that they were giving the kidney to had killed someone. So they had murdered like 2 people. But so now the girl like, I ain't giving it away. No. So the person on their deathbed, the black girl on the show, she's a newcomer. She says she goes back in the room and told a flat out lie to make the person give the kidney. And she said, look, this person was abused by their parents, sexually abused, sold in and out of prostitution, this, that, and third, and the person changed their mind and gave them the kidney. Well, the black girl was lying the whole time. Why they killed who they killed, but the fact was them looking as a doctor, we got to do what we got to do as physicians and save the life. So case by case, I think a judge can, if they got the will to know what to do, when to do it. Them young black boys about the judge, you going, you knew better at this age. What's your boy, Moneybag Yo, kicked the boy out the car.
No,
who was it?
Lucci.
Lucci, sorry, Moneybag Lucci. Get what?
He got to go.
You got to go.
He got to go.
Because he over 25, so
Yeah,
boom.
Exactly.
Based on what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
But see,
He's saying the same thing.
Right.
So, but now when she just said when Razzle
I say in the middle.
Razzle said then they both went off. No.
Yeah, they
got to go.
At least 5.
At least.
For drugging and raping.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah,
That was my wager in the middle. I wasn't saying don't do anything. My middle was
Okay.
a little bit of reprimand or some reprimand from the prison situation, and also some guidance or some type of systematic structure for them to do better and for them to know better once they are released. But they do need some jail time. I wasn't saying no fucking jail time.
Right.
That's
And
absolutely not.
the-
And as far as YFN, bye. Up the road, down the road.
The 14 and 13-year-old that robbed the Indian man, the Uber Eats cat, drove off and crashed the car and killed him.
Killed the Uber Eats driver?
They tried to rob him. He making the delivery. They hop in the car, trying to push him out the car. He had looked like he was strapped in the seatbelt, so he couldn't let himself go. Yeah. They speed off, turn the corner, all you hear is, pow. They done flew this man. He gone 230 feet down the street.
Oh my
They still live. 14, 13 on the judge. Guess what? This one grand theft auto life. That don't make sense.
It really does.
Yeah, but
It really does.
but according to him,
If that girl wasn't white, would have Miami made that much news? I wonder if the young lady wasn't Caucasian.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
I'm
not.
not sure on this one. I'm just asking what y'all think.
I think they would have spent the story to make it be about COVID.
And why people should be
No,
at home.
that's what they do.
And why people should
They
stay
have
at home.
they do a headliner, and then there's a sub story.
Oh,
underneath.
yeah.
So they would have wrapped
Another
it
ad.
Yeah, they would have
Right.
wrapped it around COVID versus making it about the young black lady.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's what they would have put her on Front Street and be like, "Oh, this is about her." No,
Right.
No, I don't think so.
I agree.
The 13-year-olds that did that crime, that was wrong, but they need to go to some kind of youth center and have counseling throughout the rest of until they physically 21 or 18 adult, and let a counselor come in before the judge and say, hey, this young man should stay in this place for till he's 21, then we'll come back.
Now, these were females too, by the way.
The 13 to 14-year-old.
Damn, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah,
I mean,
they were
same.
females.
I got a little
Same.
cousin, she's
That's-
17, but when she
Right.
was that age, that's the same
That's
fuck shit she
crazy.
was, excuse me, that's the same bullshit she was doing. She just kind of was able to wiggle herself out
Like,
and
what
got
are you
arrested
doing?
more than once.
What's causing all these people nowadays? Are they crack babies? Molly
I think
babies?
so. We
Molly
talking
babies,
about
they
that.
pass crack. It's
you don't want
Molly
me
and coke.
getting me on crack.
Well, hold on. Let's take a
You said what?
Let's do a hold on. Let's give a word for our first sponsor,
Oh.
and then we can jump into
We
that.
can reverse
So
it.
our first sponsor for today is Wasted by Natu. Imagine you got the clip up. Are you still in the days?
Nah, it's up.
It's
We got
up.
Wasted.
Okay. Wasted by Natu. So you know all the ladies they getting they self ready for the summer with their sundresses on and halter top and all that stuff. So this actually is a special sponsor because this is my sister actually.
Okay. What's she wasting?
She wasting everything. And the crazy funny part about it is when they were at the Met a month ago, she actually had a young, plus size young lady. She walked by and she saw the beads and she continued to walk. My sister's like, "What you doing?" She's like, "Girl, I can't no bead fit me." She's like, "Hey, we customize, we fit.
Right. We gonna measure your
we
ass.
measuring you.
Yeah,
you understand?
yeah.
You got a string.
I told her, I said, "You gonna be doing a lot of measuring, but I'm just joking."
I can't with y'all.
I'm just joking.
We might have to string a few things together.
My first job in state was in Lane Bryant, so they know.
They held a special
That,
place.
yeah, I have a special place. You know what I'm saying? I have a
The people
special
there.
Hey,
place.
that's a hard look. I found out the hard way about giving people like gifts. You know, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because I had came up, you know, like, you know, I'm in Atlanta.
We in the spot, we in the middle.
I had came up like straight out the wasted by not to, you know what I mean? But I hadn't came up. I'm talking over there by Greenbrier Mall. You know what I'm saying? I was over there by Greenbrier Mall. Buddy came over, he like, man, look, I got these gift cards, man. I like, ain't nothing on these gift cards. So we called them on the back.
Yeah.
They got, you know what I'm saying? They loaded up, but they to Lane Bryant.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. Like, you know what? Because I got Christmas gifts. I got Valentine's.
Thank you.
I got all this right here. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm going to put, so come up to Valentine's, because I think we come around by Valentine's Day. So the little child I was messing with, you know what I'm saying? I give her one to Lane Bryant.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
She offended.
Why? She mad. I ain't know what Lane Bryant was. Neither told me.
He learned the hard way.
Giving somebody a size 10 and Lane Bryant card, baby, they don't have my size.
Hey, shout out to Wasted, man.
Man, wait, so don't be discouraged, Miss ladies out there. Go holler at her. She'll come to you. She'll send it off. And we'll actually advertise, try to get in contact with the people from the Met, because there's a lot of independent vendors that go out there, I think, every third Saturday of the month, fourth Saturday of the month. So it's a great opportunity for independent people, especially small black businesses, to go out there and get your product out. So shout out to Wasted by Natu. So this is actually a segue to what you just talked about, is a segue to the second topic. Who knows Rico Marley?
Did we discuss him on Thursday?
We did, but we didn't know
Briefly.
he was Rico Marley though. We just
call
knew Cat from Publix.
Right. Okay.
So with a last name like Marley, you would think he chill, relax.
Or he's actually
he's the descendant of Bout. This is the young gentleman, 22 years old, and this actually ties into your perspective and what Magic was just talking about now. That is actually the young man who was at the Atlanta supermarket, the Publix at Atlanta Station, that had 6 guns on him.
They caught him.
Yes, but he's 22, Rico Marley.
I remember that.
Yeah, he's been charged with reckless conduct and made his first appearance in court and was charged with 5 counts of criminal attempt to commit a felony and 6 counts of possession of a firearm or knife during commission of or an attempt to commit certain felonies. Yeah.
What color was he?
African American.
So he went into the store with the 6 different situations on him.
Yeah.
And did not do anything?
And body armor.
Oh, he had on body armor.
Semi-automatic rifle, a shotgun, and 4 handguns.
So he was strapped from like ankle.
So I say he got the right to bear arms.
But not even that. But what did he go in there? Did he do? Was he ever?
He ain't do nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
When did he commit a crime? Is my question.
No, he didn't.
He did not.
He
However,
just went in there strapped up.
But they just had the shootout at the supermarket in Colorado.
Right.
We ain't got. But we in Atlanta.
I understand.
But that's what I'm trying to figure out. So did he just walked in the store strapped up?
Yeah.
And then they was like, okay,
well, some people see him.
We need to play some theme music.
They like, hold on, let me call 911.
Yeah, we need to play some theme music. We got this happening in Atlanta. We're gonna put.
Yeah,
you go ahead and talk. We on Atlanta
I'm
Avenue.
just saying.
I'm interested to follow this story.
I tell you one thing. I wish I could revert back the hands of time and become a lawyer. Because they going to be some paid motherfuckers. All these stupid ass niggas out here.
I went to school with a bunch of the people that graduated in school in my department. We were pretty much going in that trajectory. So a lot of my classmates are most definitely nice.
Rico Marley, God bless your soul, sir. But when did you wake up and say, I'm going to get the semi, get the shot?
Right, because that's one of them body straps.
Where you going? Now, if you want to serve and pretend, we can run sign you down and go downtown, sign you with the
Marines. And you got choices.
If you
water,
the
Marines, the Navy, the
land,
Coast Guard.
You got the land.
What actually happened was he chumped out because he had intent to do something. But when he got there, he didn't fulfill whatever he thought he was going to do.
I can
and then
agree
somebody else said, fuck it, motherfucker, even though you ain't do it, you finna goddamn get something for thinking about doing it.
What you said.
That could have been how
Well, he was just going and get some bread.
with
You
9.
don't need 6 guns to get no
I'm
money.
talking about especially that type of artillery.
I do
You
know.
walking around
I
with
got
these.
some bread today, and it didn't take me 6 guns.
Right,
to
but you
get
don't
it.
know what that man had on his mind. Like,
That's
you
the
know what?
problem.
And that's the reason why Biden having the Supreme Court.
No.
Because of people like
Okay.
Rico.
So we playing flip it magic. That's what he doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So now the black guy, Rico Marley, he's thinking in his head, well, if I go get some bread, just in case somebody try me that's white, that's shooting up everywhere, I got 6 guns to protect myself.
Right.
A lawyer can use that. I can agree with you on that. But man, he was finna.
He was getting ready to do something.
Because once they do it for
he watch what's going on in Colorado.
That's the problem too.
What?
All we doing is pushing the agenda of hate, hurt.
But once they do
Emotional
a
people.
forensic sweep of his phone and any other electronics and see anything
True.
that he's Googled or wrote up or chit-chatted about on the black web or the blue web, they gonna be able to use that as evidence. And that's what I feel like, because what you said makes a lot of sense.
What's blue whip?
Just like the public internet, but
Okay.
you know it's levels to the internet.
Okay.
So it's levels to the internet. So that's what I mean by blue internet. But yeah, so I think like you did, like what you said is accurate. He had a plan and probably went in there and was like, you know what,
That's what
that ain't what I
everybody
wanna do.
assuming.
But hold on
That
one
man might
second.
just been going to get some pastries.
Come on, bro.
Not with all that
He might
artillery.
joke. He might want the donut. He might want going to get an apple fritter.
One person. Why in the world does one person need 6 guns?
This is not the
You don't know how hard it is to get an apple fritter nowadays.
But hold on one second. The four handguns that he had, let's say on the low end, they had 10
If I had
bullets
6
apiece.
guns and somebody asked for an apple with a donut with apples in inside, I might use them 6 fucking guns.
Exactly.
Nigga, over a donut with apples in them.
Cause it'll trigger you. So yeah, he might.
He
Hold
should.
on,
It
go ahead.
didn't take him all of that. The 4 handguns that he had, let's just say on the low end they had 10 bullets. That's 40 bullets. That assault rifle had what, 30 some odd in there, and then the other one that you named, I think that's one of the ones that you have a rope of bullets on. So that's just say that's 50 rounds.
Look,
on the low
look
end,
at the guns,
you
boy.
you can miss me with that.
Then what he had on.
He meant to do something.
Look at this.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you want to protect
Shoot me the
You need that
yourself,
for bread.
That's on the site.
exactly.
That's on the site,
If you're
my
going
bad.
somewhere to
What-
protect
what-
yourself,
what-
you're gonna have
what's
one
the
piece of
site
something. hidden.
ABC News.com.
The question is, were all
.com.
those guns registered?
That's
Well,
another-
they
that's
probably
another
would have
level.
put it in there. They probably would have put it in the news clip that it was. They definitely threw that out there.
That's what I said. That's
Let
gonna
me
be
see
an
him.
interesting story
Yeah,
to follow.
Okay, now.
Look crazy,
He
lazy eye.
does. He does.
Hey, I got a laser eye.
But you
nah, that-
long boy. This ain't this ain't DJ long boy.
He
And my
what
baby mama
DJ
had
Longboy
lazy
said
eye.
was accurate. He went in there with one plan and then
Nah, man.
My baby mama had
I
lazy
got
eye.
a set of cousins. All 4 boys got lazy eyes.
Yeah, and
but
she
we
kept
just
telling-
saying in this.
And she kept looking in the mirror talking about my eye lazy. I said, ain't my eye lazy? No, I got a lazy eye. Like, yeah,
Magic,
it
don't
match
do
your
her
eye.
like that. I don't even know her.
He,
Oh, like it
he
match-
think he was in the scene. I'm gonna
Please
get you sucker.
let me see him one more time, man.
He think he was better from I'm gonna get you sucker.
Do we know who shot up the supermarket in Colorado?
I can look. We can find
Oh,
out.
okay.
real quick.
I'm
Let's
just
see.
wondering because they got his picture right. I don't post it up on there.
You're
I'm
right.
just wondering.
I wonder how he got shot in the leg and they didn't kill him. The guy from Colorado, correct?
Of course.
We finna
Well,
find
you
him.
already know what that was about.
We ain't gonna even guess. We're gonna bring him up.
Mm-hmm. But I just
But
think
of
that's
course-
unfortunate.
And you already know there's some mental
Right.
issues there.
Right.
We
Anybody
already
that's-
know that for a fact.
Right, because anybody now check this out. I know some folks who should not have guns legally and should have guns quote unquote legally, and any of them that were walking around with their gun is like they concealing. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna have it under they front and they back on their side, whatever. You coming out with all that? It's no way you can hide all that.
If
You visible with that,
Let me ask
and
you a
you
question.
not in going to war.
If you're a sociopath, that means you were born a killer. That's how you came out your mama's womb.
Really?
Should you get the same time once somebody diagnosed you as a sociopath?
What you should do is probably not be able to go and get a gun, and that is where what Biden is that his
That ain't what
administration's
Biden's
suggestion is coming into place.
So
for me.
what makes you what make a sociopath a killer? Like that's what I'm at. Like what
So
makes
him.
So what do you call a person that just kills with no remorse? I
With
think a
no remorse.
sociopath.
Yeah, that's sociopathic behavior.
Oh, of course.
But you do anything without a remorse. You know, like if you throw eggs at cars without a
Hey,
remote.
you should be able to. I'm sorry, man. You should be able to look at that when you eat McDonald's. You see what I'm saying?
You see?
Right.
Now, we just found out who this gentleman, well, we ain't gonna say gentleman, who the cat is.
The social power.
The Colorado shooter.
Right.
Headliner, like you said, lawyer. This is what his pitch is gonna
absolutely.
be. Suspect needs mental health
Review. And he does.
Probably do, because I'm probably paranoid. Like I done been in the store with 2 guns.
Now you just sit there. And
2 guns is still one thing, sir.
So
it's not
you gave him a pass and said
He ain't did nothing.
He shot. No. He was giving Marley. He was giving Rico Marley a pass. This is the. We were comparing the Colorado shooter.
Oh, you on the Colorado?
Yeah.
But the Colorado shooter has already. His lawyer has already speaked it and said he needs mental health.
Yeah, so he white.
No, he's Ahmad Ali.
Oh yeah, he's
Ali Alisa, 21.
Sound like
He's
Middle
Muslim.
Eastern.
He said he's.
But he's one of them saying Muslims.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I think he's from the Middle East. But also.
Shot a police officer.
Right. He's going down.
Now, if it had been Rico Marley, I was just saying. And did you see the other video where the white guy was running from the police last week? He turned around, shot at the cop.
And survived.
The cop didn't pull nothing. He just kept chasing him.
Yeah, survived. That couldn't have been it. Cause what's the young man named Rashad down at on University? He didn't make it, and he was sitting in his fucking car. They shot. He was running away from them, and they shot him in his back and attempted to justify that. This white person is running and turning around and releasing bullets, and the only thing the cop thinks to do is I'm gonna just keep running because I don't want to shoot the white man.
Let me ask y'all this.
They burnt up every pair of that windows over there.
They did. They sure did.
When I heard a cop say this a long time ago, I used to wonder why they would treat us so rough in our neighborhoods, and you can vouch for this. And the cop said, because y'all should know better. Now I'm 42. This may have been 24 years ago. I may have been 18 maybe or something of that nature. Now, it's 2021. When does you should know better, especially as a young black man, kick in to any of us? Like, you should know better when you get pulled over. You should know better when you interact. It's, to me, I wish we could have got on when we went to break, but I think some kind of chemical imbalance is going on when our children are being born, man. I think like crack baby, Molly, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, something. Black and mild.
Food itself.
Really, that food.
Worry.
They should know better at this point.
Yeah, worrying does a lot. When they be carrying them babies, they worry a lot. You know, so that definitely put a different something in their blood.
Yeah.
All these emotions and things, and then as a young man, he was traveling. He was a lawyer. I don't know if he passed the bar or whatever, but he has a JD. He's traveling to go to a job. U-Haul and everything. They pulled him over. State Troop pulled him over, asked him why he nervous. He said, have you seen the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And his dad was a circuit judge. He calls his dad on the phone, put the phone on the hood.
Yeah.
They said, we want to search the U-Haul. And he was like, why?
Right.
I haven't done it. I am physically moving to my new destination.
Right.
And you stopping me.
And I'm nervous because I'm a black man in America. Let's just be fucking clear.
They called back up, searched the U-Haul, man. They didn't show the video I saw. They didn't show them pulling everything out. But, of course, they did. Broke things. I mean, this man probably had a little 2-bedroom
apartment or something
inside the U-Haul. Man, they had no drugs.
And meanwhile, right?
Yeah, like a shakedown.
Meanwhile,
they gonna load all that back. See, that's why they would have. See, that's why I probably would have had to go to jail. Like
but see, meanwhile,
you put this
ABC
shit back. You finna put it back. I know that. Now you take it out. You finna put it back. That's the way you found it. You know what I'm saying? Now we got a problem. Now you might have to shoot.
Oh, no.
You ain't finna take this shit out of here and pack this shit up all night. You crazy as fuck. What's wrong with you?
But see, I said meanwhile, ABC Lucci is riding past y'all with the kilos. y'all harassing somebody with nothing going on.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, y'all got letting you off.
Allegedly, Lucci pushed somebody out the car.
Oh, we saw a video, but allegedly. Yeah, we can allege.
Allegedly, they got to prove it with him in there.
At the end of the day, regardless of who was in the car, y'all didn't stop. They go and
But
check on
that's why he
being.
said
They
allegedly.
go check on a human being who had got pushed out of a moving
But
car.
you still got to prove that it was him in the car.
It's okay because there was some other people in there, and I'm pretty sure, depending upon what that thing go,
Hey,
it's gonna get some chit chat going on.
Hey, you don't want your name on nobody's paperwork.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I interned in DeKalb County and in Dougherty County, which are both counties in the state of Georgia. One of them is in Metro Atlanta, and the other one is in Southwest Georgia and rural. You will be absolutely, fruitily surprised to see how many papers that came across my internship desk. They had people names on it, first name, last name, and any alias that they might have been known for in whatever hood that they were known from. So I'm telling you, it's plenty of people with names on paperwork.
Hey, when that docket comes back,
that's another story.
Hey, when that docket come and they're saying who's told on you,
Oh yeah,
who was the informant? When you see informant and that person's name, that's it.
Right. Now, if they know what's good for them, they will attempt to get as much information, the personal information redacted. But we all know, anybody, if me and you make a move, we jugging through the streets, and then we include magic on one of the plays, quote unquote. But then all of a sudden, the police trying to charge us for stuff that we did 10, 15 years ago. Who was it looking like? You feel what I'm saying?
You're right. I read Rick Ross biography.
The real Ricky Rose. The real Ricky
Well,
Rose.
no, William.
Yeah.
Rose.
Okay.
Yeah. He was indicted on something because he used to run with the Booty Boys back in Miami. He wasn't even surveillance. They wasn't even looking at him until he shot the video, Every Damn Hustler. When he was on top of the flea market, that shirt he had Booty Boys on it. And the FBI started watching him. So when he got locked up from that guy that had the physical altercation with on his property, when he got locked up, they had an indictment on him.
Because
and his lawyer came and said, "Hey man," and Rick Ross was like, he looking at the people like, "Hey man, these people in Fayetteville, they tripping." He's like, "Yeah, but they got you on this indictment
from back in 2005.
From something when the Booty Boys was selling dope 20 years ago."
Oh damn, man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's
and then on the original paperwork, they didn't know his name. They just had him as the big guy.
And that's what I was just about to say
From
too.
20 years ago.
That's what I was just about to say too. And this was when I
So
was.
that what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm not the only one eating apple fritters.
Right, but check this out. Just imagine, but check this out. Imagine somebody on his level, and then you got more people down here, 20 levels lower than he is, that don't want to do it, and they saying we gonna point it at him. You feel what I'm saying? It happens every day.
Because he had on a T-shirt.
I know this. Like they came up with this thing called conspiracy, and
RICO Act.
And my you know, and when my cousin there, you know, they came drop down on them. They snatched the burglar bars off the door. They didn't put a tow truck to the door, snatched burglar bars off the door. I'm up in Montgomery, with you.
That's cool.
That's cool. So they called and said, hey, you know, they got me under an indictment. They trying to give me 15 years for 15 phone calls.
Dang.
And they say, so they talking about, and that lawyer told me, said, man, the first time you know something, I'm gonna put this pen on the desk like this. When I turn like that, I mean you on your own. So you better. So the only thing you gotta do, you just don't know nothing. They can't make you know nothing. Don't never plead the fifth.
True that.
But they can't make you know nothing. Don't never know nothing. Just your only answer should be, I don't know. They ask me who it is. I don't know. What's your name? I don't know. Who your mama is. I don't know.
You better. And the truth of the matter is, you really better, and you really need to STFU. I've been told, like I said, I have a lot of peers that are lawyers and judges at this point now. Shout out to all y'all. I won't call y'all names, but anyway. And they'll tell you straight up, do not say anything. You are legally granted one call. And if you got some people that's riding for you, they're going to start calling when you don't show up somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? Do not answer. I ain't going to say this person either, but this somebody I just met, her husband worked for APD, and they wear body cams. And he told her straight up, like, when I get to these people's car, if I don't see anything, or if my camera don't catch anything, then you good. But if I get to your car and I'm pulling you up because you're running a red light, and then you start talking about I got a blunt over here, and you start pulling shit out, at that point I gotta do something because you pulled it out and you presented it and it's on my body cam. So, and he said you will be surprised how many people incriminate themselves. So,
when I was younger, this is what I came with my knowledge of what I seen personally. The only successful drug dealers are snitches. Period. You know, the DEA, whatever, they don't even have to leave their desk because you got guys doing 15 years, like he said, calling from prison. Hey, I remember a motherfucker I can tell on. Then you got guys on the street telling on motherfuckers. I had a friend of mine, this is a true story, he shot someone. When he went to jail, they showed him pictures of everyone in our neighborhood, and he said, man, they had a picture of you. You had on a Nautica jacket. I knew exactly what he was talking about, but it wasn't a Nautica jacket. It was a jacket that looked just like a Nautica jacket that my dad had gave me. You know what I did after that?
Burnt it away.
Took my ass trade school.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too.
There you go.
So we already know the outcome of this.
Correct.
I don't think it's any success.
It's not a riddle. It's not a riddle.
It really isn't. It really isn't.
You see somebody lasting a long time in the game and they right flamboyant in front of you. They got the cars, the rims, the girls, the clothes, the money. Them niggas, the snitch, they the law. Period.
This just like Franklin Saint on Snowfall. This past episode, the dude that's working for the CIA, he simply told Franklin, you can always be replaced. Because Franklin asked him on the last episode, he's like, hey, what's my end game? He said, I don't have no end game date, but I'll let you know when it's close to it. You see what I'm saying?
See, I'm not up to date.
So
but he want him to give up
as much information.
One of his partners. He like, I don't want to give up my partner, but so dude, like, hey, you gonna have to give him up.
He do, but at the same time, Franklin is still at his mercy because he wiped away the murder charge from season 1.
Yeah, he wiped away
when he shot his buddy.
I'm lost.
You see what I'm saying?
I haven't never
It's a show. It's a show.
You know what it is? Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's
the little dark-skinned brother with the
correct.
Little small
But at the same time, like, but Franklin not necessarily flamboyant, but everybody trying to figure out where is he getting his weight from.
How was he?
Everybody and can't nobody figure out. Even the uncle just found out that the dude CIA.
Yeah.
Reed CIA. He didn't even know.
See, I'm not up to date on it. I gotta
they
catch
going on
up.
4 seasons. He told his wife, the auntie, he said, what was you gonna tell me?
He said, he like, yeah, how long he been on? She said about a year.
About a year.
But she didn't know for a long time. The only reason she found out because he got shot and he had to trust her
to keep moving away.
Correct. To handle the business.
So to Long Boy point, he is right. Anybody that can last that long,
You snitching.
are you in cahoots with him?
Yeah.
We work for him, but he ain't. But in his case, in Saint case, he ain't snitching.
No.
Nah, he ain't snitching.
Just working.
But he got to make a decision. But we'll see how this goes.
It's real life.
Franklin Saint.
It's real life.
Oh,
So let me tell you about a Franklin. I watched that Genius Aretha. I watched that Gene boy C.L. Franklin. We gonna have to have a whole show about him. That nigga is the GOAT.
Aretha Franklin dad?
That nigga is the GOAT.
Oh, I haven't watched this. Okay,
he is the GOAT. Hey, listen, he is the GOAT. I'm talking about.
Is it on Netflix?
Well, it's on
Maybe
Hulu.
Hulu. It's on 5 Stick.
It's on 5
That's
That's
my network. That's the hood network. You on 5 Stick? Oh yeah, I'm on 5 Stick.
Boy, when you see that there, boy, you see,
a mess.
This
Derek Jackson don't have shit.
Oh, this man.
What?
Okay.
C.L. Franklin.
What?
He had a mishap. He had a real bad mishap that I just can't just wipe away.
Which was what?
The little girl.
He got pregnant?
Yeah, they said he got the little girl pregnant.
Okay.
He did.
I can't wipe that away, but after that point,
Outside of that,
Shit. Carl Malone did too.
I did.
the mailman, he's delivering. So we're gonna take a break and give a shout out to our second sponsor. G Money, you weren't here last week, brother.
Okay.
You missed out on a good thing. We had a
Treat.
pre barbecue, but on this occasion we switched it and went from chicken wings to crab legs. So a good friend of mine, he came by, Wool's Grill crab leg pans, came by and blessed us in the studio. How many clusters was in there? It had to be about 30. But he split them up in about 2s instead of the whole cluster because it's easier to break and eat. So he's our second sponsor today. If you missed out, go back to the page, subscribe to the page. You can see the episode from last week, and you can see how good the crab legs were. He came in the studio and stayed with us and broke bread with us and spoke on some of the topics. So we appreciate him. But that's our second sponsor for today, Woo Woo's Crab Legs. Text 404-390-9881, and you can reach Woo at on his IG at Coach Woo's Crab Legs. And once again, I don't know what Woo's coaching.
He coaching the crab legs
but he
on
coaching
the grill and into the pot.
But no, we talked about he coaching football. He coaching the football team. So shout out to Woo, man. It's getting hot, man. You know, it's gonna be a lot of picnics. So you can go. You get my sister linked up with Woo.
Man.
You can eat your crab leg while you getting wasted at the same
Yeah.
time.
Eating crab leg while you go. And it's crazy because I got both of them up on the screen at the same time.
You feel me? I didn't see how that works.
That's crazy.
See how that works? Man, he ain't lying, people. I can't see his screen. So that's fire right there. Like, you like that's to be a good date night. Tell your little hood chick, you like, Sean, I got to.
He's married.
Tell your little hood chick. I know I'm married. I'm speaking for the
That's what I'm
hood.
saying. See, that's what I don't be liking right there.
You see, it's the music.
That's why I don't be like, they be telling folks business.
He told his own business.
I'm saying, but that's
No. We on the same page. We talking about
who said who?
Post City and E Punch still link up. You understand?
I just got on a ring. I never said I was married, but I am married.
But you did. You said your wife. So when you said wife,
that's
that
true.
means
He
that.
could have been married to the streets.
You all right.
He could have
He
been married
married
to the streets.
Never once a hit, Jesus line, so I knew that one.
Hit the music.
Hey man,
I just be repeating, y'all. You know I was.
What I'm saying is, you can take your
I was
little
just
hood
see. I was just messing.
No, I know you got the R&B.
Hey man,
Right,
I just got
that's it,
married
yeah.
yesterday.
Just get your
Yeah, shout outs to my wife, man. I just got married
Get your
yesterday.
hood chicks out of
Nah,
my
if I mention
city.
him being married, I'm gonna get cursed out.
Yeah, I just got
I
married.
see him go down there and marry a motherfucker out the blue. You know what? Let's go get married today.
Yeah, I
Let
just saw
me-
you go.
Let me mention that next Sunday.
Yeah, I just got married yesterday. Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
all right.
bet.
I believe you did.
Hey, I just
Well,
got
when you find the key, no disrespect to the Kikis, I love y'all. The Kiki, the Shawanas, the Tawanas, nah, leave the Tawanas. That's my
The
baby.
Keishas.
My daughter,
Avenue.
leave the Tawanas.
Good night,
The
sir.
Witness, you pick them up, scoop them up, holler at Woo. Y'all get the crab leg pan. Call my sister. Have her, you know what I'm saying, come
Get you
by,
wasted.
get you wasted. You know what I'm saying?
Them crab legs look hard.
You
so
feel me?
shit.
And make sure you get about 3 or 4, cause if you like me, he gonna rip the first pan off the waist anyway. That's gotta be the waist bead breaker, bro.
All in one. Seafood, massage, and lounge.
There we go.
See?
Seafood, massage,
And
and lounge.
lounge.
All in one.
and it's
We
gonna be
got
on
the
Atlanta Avenue.
You know what? And we
That sound
got
like
the masseuse.
silver.
Hey, this is gonna be on Atlanta Avenue.
The masseuse be hitting blunts while you massage and shit.
Yes.
Or while she massage.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, it's a
Happy
guy.
ending.
Get
It's
to
a,
it.
man,
Get
too
to
happy. It's a guy.
Too happy ending.
It's a guy. I found him paid 18 not Scoop, this 18 or something 20. But he shouts out this cat that do home massages,
Okay.
right?
Oh shit.
Man, if you watch The Shy, you know what I'm talking about. On Showtime,
Yeah.
last season there was a masseuse that was going around massaging chicks. When he ended up messing with old boy mama. And the dude was out, he came out the house, he was like, "What's going on, man?" He's like, "What's up, Emmett?" Emmett like, "Good, what's going on, bro?" He's like, "Man, you know, making their money."
Right.
So he showed him, he had the little massage pad on his arm.
Mm-hmm.
He showed him the car. He was like, "Yeah, oh, that's what's up. You still doing your thing?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I just left apartment 25, man, just worked her." He's like, "Man, that's my mama, man."
Just work the
So
dog.
word to the line, keep the masseuse at your house.
Yeah.
Don't do no house calls.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, look. Hey, you man, listen.
Take him to Chateau Elan or
Hey
something.
man,
right?
you
Yeah.
keep your lady away from the weed man and the masseuse.
There you go.
You know,
The
that-
weed man too.
and the
He's
masseuse.
just a man. Look, I put the weed man on top of the
masseuse.
masseuse.
Hey, I ain't like.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about he can smash for a grand.
You know, it's so slick. Boy, don't give him too. You give him free
Man,
game.
women,
You
you gotta
give him free
give
game.
What you say?
We're gonna move forward.
Yeah, we gonna move
He
forward,
giving him
man.
free game, man. Don't do that.
Look at goddamn DJ Longboy goddamn.
You give him a free game, bro.
What I miss? What I miss?
You gonna have to catch up like mustard.
Keep your lady away from the weed, man, because if you smoke weed, he can have sex with her with weed.
Yeah, I'm just I knew that.
Yeah, keep him away.
But I'm thinking like, who? I don't know. Man.
Let's go after this free will.
Yeah, this 2 cups of truth. What's
We're on
up?
fact check. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so So this is my thing. I always say this shit to Magic. Like, what's gonna happen that day? Future pulled up the Quick Trip, and my wife walking in getting ice. You know, I want to set my standards for my bras a little higher.
Yeah, a little higher.
Fucking weed. But I'm saying like a multi-millionaire type nigga standard.
Right.
That's I just was saying like, damn, what kind of nigga you done wiped up that do some shit like that and you don't see that in her before she do it.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can be fooled for a little while.
Right.
You
A
can be
little
fooled,
while.
You can be fooled for a little while, and that's how you end up marrying. You married in between that little while, then. Now, after a while, you know what I'm saying?
Like gospel song.
After a while, during the outer while,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? You seen it all. So it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I done married this bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, look, don't marry somebody because they pretty no more. Like, pretty. Like, you can't marry pretty. And I tell my daughter, look, you too beautiful to be pretty. I tell baby, if somebody say that you pretty, they can't see you.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, they can't see you. That's all they can see is the physical.
Yeah.
They can't see you know what I mean? And you can't see whoever you trying to think you want to be with if that's all you see is the physical. Because it's some more because it's so many layers to that. Like, you know, like who gonna wipe your butt? Like who gonna stay down? Who got real moral value? Who were raised with raised with their mama and dad and understand how to respect man, understand how to respect woman and you know what I mean? And you know what I mean? These things will make a person beautiful to me. So don't marry because they pretty, you know, or they fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because you get caught up with a fun girl. You know what I'm saying? She get the best head. She wild in bed.
Fun girls, yeah.
Man, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But you take this little boring chick that got a good little job, that got a good moral value and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And like, you still gonna get off. You ain't gotta get off the way you'll get off her.
That's what you want, and that's what you need, bro. Cause I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and he was divorced, and I was shocked. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Dang, for real?" And it was, you know, a whole bunch of riff rap going on. But once again, she was pretty. Not beautiful, but pretty. You know what I'm saying? Because the reasons why they called it quits was like, damn, they still doing that in 2021. I guess ain't nothing new under the sun for real.
Right.
You know, but pushing forward. Last topic of the day. Magic. You been going out lately? Not going out, but you know, I know you gotta go to the store and stuff. But I'm talking about like Escobar and.
Where have I been? You know what? Man, you know what? Let's give, you know what? And tell old boy at the owner up here, we got to tell you, because, you know, we're going to put him in, because what's the name of the spot? We was at the Cigar Bar. A Sears Cigar Lounge.
Okay.
BT.
Yeah, we was up at a Sears Cigar Lounge, and it was Tuesday. It was $2 Tuesday.
There you go.
And it was some, you know, and they had some pretty good tacos, but they was, hey, listen, they were small.
Little tiny, them toppers, guys.
Hey.
Pause. But those are considered tacos.
They said $2 tacos. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, a taco.
That's a lot. You need to think about
So we out there and, you know, and with a little, you know, business associate, you know what I mean? We out there with a little business associate, if you will. And you say, you know what? So I'm like, you know, with the little business associate, you know, she get her through. I said, nah, she must be greedy. I didn't say that out loud. You might say, I said, nah, she greedy. I said, I didn't want two, cause I don't mean, cause these tacos.
Yeah.
But it's $2.
Hey, they get there. They put all 5 tacos
on one plate.
All right.
You get your 2, you get your 3.
And all of them fit with room to go.
Yes, sir.
I said, you know, but they was good. I'm gonna tell you, they were good.
Okay.
They were good.
And where is this spot?
It's right here on Thornton Road. I forget the address, but if I known we were gonna end up pulling there, I would have pulled the information. But what's the name of it again?
It's called La Sear on Thornton Road, right across from Streetside Classic. The owner is called BT. He's a good guy.
BT, okay. Shout out to BT, man.
Yeah,
and the tiny tacos.
But see, on any other day, the tacos might be $8 or $9, and then you might get like a taco.
Yeah, so they might adjust. We have to go on a day it's not $2 tacos and see how big the tacos
Or go on $2 tacos, and if you need 5, just order 5.
Yeah. That's 10.
Or just go to
Big
just
spin.
go to
That's
goddamn
$10.
Taco
You been
Bell
Right.
and
That's
then pay
it.
$1.29.
You gotta tell
Come
the
on.
business associate, like, man, I just spent $10 on you.
You know what?
You got 5 tacos.
Tell you what I'm thinking is, I don't never plan his thoughts. Like the average motherfucker, when I'm talking to him, I'm thinking of my answer while they talking. He talks slow, and then when he say something, you weren't even expecting that shit. I'm thinking he finna say something totally different. We talking about some damn tacos.
Some $2 tacos and they too small.
Yes, because the original
And
question.
then he called me off guard because I done ate them motherfuckers a lot of times and never paid any attention to the size.
That's
Go in there.
what he do, man.
I'm like,
That's how you do
You
it.
just go in there, place your order, and
Exactly.
eat.
but I
He go
saw
in
the
there
plate,
and stop.
and he's correct.
Yeah.
And the girl, she was sitting there, she ate hers. I was there, but I never. Yeah, they pretty good.
Yeah, that's Gucci. That's Gucci.
That's what's up.
Well, so you been dingling in and out, but you ain't fully fledged out there. For us going back into the world the way it used to be.
No.
Okay.
No,
What about
You
yourself?
might need to ask me.
Okay.
I'm the married man that dates his wife.
Okay.
You
So-
better.
Oh, Charlotte,
That's what's up.
you not gonna find one top me.
That's
Thank
what's
you.
up.
There he is.
That's how it should be.
Hands down.
Oh, we got, so do we
Hands
got a
down.
versus right here?
What you mean?
Oh, but the George got it, because George, he on the grill with the briskets and everything. Because my wife is a foodie. I'm not a foodie.
Oh, if you don't lick ass over an hour, you ain't got me. I don't want.
Repeat that again. I'm trying to make sure I heard what you said. No, I heard what you said, but I want you to. Let me tell you.
I'm fucking with you, too.
Listen, if you don't look her ass over an hour.
Yeah. Give me an hour 30 with it. Hey, G, I'm an hour 30 with it. They keep her coming back. Now, you understand? Cause you got your Derrick Jacksons out there. He think he doing something. He look 30 minutes, but we an hour and a half with it.
Speaking of Derrick Jackson, it's 3 guys that I see that try to be vocal about stuff and that they see, and they all on podcasts and they all got like a big following. But out of these 3 guys, one of them is Kevin Samuels. Some of the stuff he say is serious.
Yeah,
some of the stuff is right.
solid.
Some of it he going too far, man.
Correct.
Don't just put our women down. That goddamn dude out of Fort Worth, Texas, that's my guy. Charleston White, that's a solid little mother.
He talks the craziest stuff.
But
the
he's
gold-
like you. He's intelligent though. He's not no dumb motherfucker. He just
I
talk
didn't
that
say
With
shit.
the grill.
Charleston
yeah,
White. You ain't
that's
seen
right.
Charleston
Yeah,
White?
I know
I'm surprised you don't know about Charleston White.
At the grill.
But I never watched not one video with the guy you just.
Derrick Jackson.
Derrick Jackson.
I
yeah.
some kind of, cause you know I got a friend that reminded me of him, and when I heard him talk, he reminded me of this other motherfucker I know that kind of like used to lie and bullshit.
suspect, yeah.
So, I'm not gonna say suspect. When you say suspect, that means
Not in sexuality, but just in his character.
Yeah, his character reminded me of this nigga I knew that could talk that shit, but he wasn't that nigga who he was saying he was.
Right.
So, but the mother cats. But these 3 guys are what I was saying, getting a lot of attention. But that motherfucker, I'm kind of glad he was exposed. I hope don't nothing bad happen to him. But I didn't feel like he was the man that our women should be listening to.
Right.
You know,
But he
what I'm
wasn't
saying?
talking to the women. He was talking to the men. So
I never watched him to know.
I never heard that one until D Love told me.
yeah, he talking to the men. So and then I didn't know. Tay come last week and say the man from Enterprise, Alabama.
Yeah.
He wanted to tell
Oh, that
me.
changed the whole
He
narrative.
was
Damn, I want to rap for him now.
That's what I was.
I didn't know that.
That's what I was trying to say too.
Enterprise.
That's why I was like, you know what?
Enterprise.
Like, look, you know what I'm trying to do. So when I found he from Enterprise, Alabama, so now I'm getting. So now he say that last. So now when people coming to me with it, now I'm like, well, you know what? Like, okay, what he did with it, I ain't condoning what he did, but the book still work. Like the number of men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't.
Hey. This work, whatever he was doing, he done helped some people. You know what I mean? They're just like any other pastor. They may got caught doing whatever, but the word they preached, and whatever they gave you that Sunday, that Saturday, that Wednesday, whenever it was, it worked for you, and you went on to be a better person. Now it doesn't mean that you know what I'm saying. This guy he didn't hold it in on this end. Doesn't mean that what his work's not solid. So since he Enterprise Alabama, I thought
You gonna make up an excuse?
No, I ain't making an excuse. I'm just saying the work is solid.
No. Gus Costamoto is not Mike Tyson, but he made Mike Tyson.
He made Mike Tyson, yeah.
So yeah, I get
But
it.
just like I said, anything is catered to your particular situation. It's like eating a rib. Take what you need and throw away the bone.
Right.
So you take what you need out of his book to your specific situation, and whatever he did, throw it away. You understand? If I'm trying to get freaky with the missus, I'm playing the R. Kelly. When we done,
Keith Sweat.
Sweat, no, Sweat over Kelly.
I like.
Regardless of what's been going on.
Kelly too. But I mean, my two R&B guys are Keith Sweat and R. Kelly.
Okay, I get
I'll
you.
get you.
I get
That's
you.
gonna be
Well, the whole reason that I asked these particular questions, and we know you out because you got to know what you've been doing in the street. So we already know you excluded out of
Oh
this.
yeah, I'm good.
But the question is, do you think we're ready to go back to normal with the mask mandates?
Oh, you were asking.
Because it's coming to an end soon.
You were asking the norm. I've been going out a lot because I got off subject that ADHD shit. We were talking about who's the perfect husband, eating ass and all, and not. I done went to Escobar. I've been to Escobar.
Okay.
I've been to Aces. I've been to Patio. I've been to Cigar Rolls. I've been to all over. I go to Lennox all the time. When I told them I was gonna be late, I actually was coming from Buckhead. Man, people are out.
Thank you.
Motherfuckers wearing masks like glasses. It's normal now.
Yeah.
It's no more. To me personally, it is back to normal per se now.
Just with an
Now,
accessory.
Right.
That's
Now
it.
the restrictions and shit, you can't sit close to a motherfucker. They got little circles on the line. But it's too much money out here now for it to be COVID-19. We all isolated from it. No, these niggas finna find a reason to spend something. So yeah, to me, it's kind of like getting back to normal. If whatever normal was. 'Cause
Right.
shit fucked
But
up.
but
too.
at this point, there are certain places that are lifting the mask mandate.
Correct.
And that's where we were kind of
States.
going with that, like in the event, right? States, excuse me, governor saying you don't have to wear no mask anymore. So at that point, do you feel? And normal when we were saying it was quote unquote, because like you said, it's still gonna be some places that are gonna do the 6 feet situation. But if the mask situation is lifted, how do you feel about that?
The same way I felt about what I said earlier about black people, you should know better. Put your damn mask on till you see it's like thoroughly over with, yo. We gonna die quicker with anything they put out here before anyone else. I think it's 6-1 with African Americans dying with this disease. So we should not take our mask off until we are clear. And when the smoke clears, that's when you walk out and go, until then, yo, man, keep that damn mask on. Because most of you niggas wearing the fake Gucci masks, you using that, you matching your shoes and shit with the mask. I thought the bitch had got off a spaceship. She had a whole shield on. I said, what the fuck?
She from Enterprise.
She had.
That's what they are. They got the face shit. I sell them.
Motherfucker got her face shit. Like she was down and said and put the motherfucker, you know. So yeah, niggas need to keep, not niggas.
People.
Trying to stop using that word. But people need, of our color and descent, we need to keep the mask on as long as we can until it don't make sense not to keep it on.
I agree. But I follow Raspy Rawls on IG. Very influential young brother. Him and Umar, you probably put them in the same boat.
I think I know.
But he comes from with the dreads.
Oh no,
He's
I'm
from New
talking about-
Orleans.
Okay.
Got a raspy voice. But he talks about the Matrix and the things that we don't see, but we're actually in. And so this morning, I looked and I laughed. I said, he is so right. He showed people in the airport being spaced 6 feet apart, right? Getting on the airplane, get on the airplane, we all bunched up together.
Exactly.
He said, y'all in the Matrix.
Yeah.
And I just laughed.
Right, you gotta say, then
Yeah,
you get
it's
on
so
spirit.
right.
Then you get on spirit, yeah, you be
You
was saying
bunched
like
up,
that.
bro. We 6 feet apart getting on the airplane.
Hey, like that.
And the airplanes is
like,
a cesspool.
Like I took a flight on Spirit, man, and and dog, and I ended up being on a date, like, cause you sitting right.
And somebody left.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I was dating a little old white lady.
You want more nuts?
You sit the lap on spirit.
Yeah,
baby.
man, I was dating a little old white lady. Like, that's why we were eating out the same little food.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said, man, look, but it was Delta back.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
baby,
so they gonna give you a little leg
You do
straight.
spirit.
You gonna get a
If
little
most people that
Delta
do
back,
spirit.
and I had a little TV in my
There you go,
head,
watch your
boy.
little movie.
Watch me a little sports channel, all that. I got my little Skip and Shannon in.
Thank you.
I wish I might.
Hey, how you feel about it? You being where in the world is razzle dazzle in the A? How you feel about it?
Mother and a woman.
Right. So I agree with the gentleman that you referred to as far as the Matrix is concerned. To be brutally honest, most people's First of all, just the layerage of the proper mask that people were wearing. Like now, you don't really hear about people saying N95s only because that's the best one. Everybody just kind of wearing something. My best friend just gave me a stack of masks that's basically just to appease people because it's not protecting anything now. It might prevent a little bit of spit from flying,
Correct.
but it's not doing that whole ventilation.
But you know what though? But the mask help. You know.
Only but so much.
Only but so much, but you gotta think about all the things that help with. You know what I mean? Like you hadn't been really complaining about bad breath, gas, like.
I've been saving more cologne because I don't have to spray that much on because you can't smell it all.
Yeah.
But but what about the people who breath you smelling around and through the mask?
Now, if you smelling it through the
You
mask,
got halitosis.
yeah, something is really.
I've seen some people complaining about that. That is another level.
Like you smelling your own breath.
There
before
you go.
smell
I
somebody
wasn't gonna tell on
else's
myself
anyway.
because I smoke hella cigars and I smell them. I heard it.
Yeah, you know now, I don't like when I got my glasses on, be
Yeah,
falling.
that's
too.
annoying.
You know, but falling. But I think the mask been helping in other areas. Like, cause I just thought it was me. Like, you know, like when you got that mask on, it seemed like all gas be silent. You had like it.
You know what?
It seems like to me, all women are so fucking beautiful with the mask on.
Really?
Yeah, just shut up. If they can do that without the mask.
It's a girl working in Chase. I know how she looks, and then when I saw her Friday, she looked better with the mask like that. And I said, "Yeah, well, your eyes and your forehead look damn good." That's what I'm thinking in my head. But I know how she looks. But this part, I don't know. It just
Helping out.
say help on my.
But you know, like a lot of women be like,
And I hate
with
them
dudes
masks.
are hat cute.
Yeah.
And they be like,
Oh, me
take
right
the
now.
hat off, take the hat off. So yeah, I guess some people mask cute.
Hey, they might be mask cute, but then I hate that right here. Like, you know what? Like, they be having these masks on, and women, they may have all that makeup be in the mask, all that
Yeah.
lipstick be in the mask.
Let's watch it, sweetheart.
Like, it be, like, it don't matter. Like, as soon as they put it on that day,
Oh,
they
you
put a
talking about
brand
the
new
instantly?
Yeah,
Okay,
as soon
gotcha.
as they put a brand new one on, it just be like, I be like, why is you even wearing lipstick and
Correct.
makeup? Like, for what? You know you gotta wear a mask.
Oh,
Yeah, I
true
hate
that.
them.
Well, lipstick.
And
But so let me say this.
Well,
One
your makeup
thing-
too, because it's gonna fuck the face up. I
It
guess.
does, and it does.
And
One
then,
thing-
then you take the mask out, you just sweat a little bit. Now it look like you came from the barber shop with the guy.
With that Beijing, you got that Beijing.
you got the makeup,
You got the
baby.
Beijing. You got the Beijing mask.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Now we used to see your little line dropping down right there, boy. Your cheek.
Good night. But one thing I can say about this whole COVID situation and all that, you know, if you do have pre-existing diseases or disabilities or whatever, especially if it's dealing with your respiratory, you really might just want to stay at the house because that's the thing that the COVID is taking up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference between that's the difference between people surviving and people succumbing to it. Even age, like age is not even no situation. A lot of people that are succumbing to it have a compromised respiratory system. Me personally, I'm scarfing down vitamins. And that's just what I was doing it before. Now I done added some more. I ain't gonna lie to you. I added some more, and I'm giving them to my baby one way or the other. And that's just what I'm doing because I feel like as airborne as it is supposedly, should more people have passed by it? Or like should it be hitting some more people? But then they also are saying that the numbers for people that they're discovering are asymptomatic is high. But you have to get tested to know that you're asymptomatic. You know what I'm saying? So
But if you got allergies and you go get tested, they're gonna say you got the COVID.
it's right.
You know what I mean?
False positives are
So-
ridiculous too.
So if like I don't think if you took enough castor oil as a child, like you might be affected by COVID. Like you know what I'm saying? Like people I know, like
Yeah, we took castor.
you took people, everybody. It just been a common thing. I say, I say, hey, you must took castor oil when you was baby. Like man, yeah, we took. You know what I'm saying? So most of the people that you ask that. If they had castor, they took the castor oil as you know when they was a little bitty, you know they hadn't had no issue with COVID.
Right.
And now you ask the people that didn't, they be like, yeah man, I come homeboy even today. I said, man, you must ain't taking no what you call. You like castor oil. I didn't say nah, I ain't
Cod
taking.
liver oil.
Because that's what we used to
me
be
again.
doing.
'Cause I took castor oil as a baby and I had COVID, but it went away pretty quick.
That's what I said. That's the difference between people getting it and coming through it or not getting it at all.
But you
People
just told
totally
me
succumbing.
Yeah, but you say you had. They say you had it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, but what it's still, how you gonna say you got something we still don't know really what it is, but you gonna say I got it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like we don't even know what it is. So how you know I got it? You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. I think the mask and I think the vaccine, because I saw my mother yesterday at the Indian market, helping my sister and my wife out, and we laughed because it was hot, and she said, "I'm getting ready to go," and she had to pull her mask up so I could hear her clear, and we looked at each other and started laughing, and we were thinking the same thing. I said, "Last summer, people went out like this." So this is going to be different. To have the mask on and in this number of people that's going to be out. Remember, the businesses were closing, gradually opening up 20 to 30 people. Now we're back to normal. We're back normal, but with masks in 90-degree weather.
With a stimulus check.
But I'm gonna be honest. Some places, especially if it's food and drinks being served, a lot of places are not even enforcing masks.
That's the matrix. That's what we said. You walk in the door with the mask on. You sit right down in 30
take
seconds.
Take it off.
I
do it every day.
They gonna take your temperature, make you do a little. I don't even know if they make
you can take the vaccine. You still might catch it, but you won't be as sick. I mean, I'm trying to understand what you
know, man, we got a mutual partner, man. My partner, Ham, he refused. He like, man, cause he was like, man, he feel most stupid trying to wear a mask in somewhere. Then when you get in there, or you take it off with all the stuff still flying around.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, what was the purpose? I was like, you know what, you about right, though.
He making sense.
You know, you about right. I mean, if you gambling, if you gambling, you gambling.
You gambling.
I mean, it ain't no like you know, then folks think like COVID stop at the door, like it ain't coming back, like it just stop at the door, like you get, you know what I'm saying, when you know, it's only at this threshold right here.
Right.
It's crazy.
And just because you don't have a temperature don't mean you don't have it, because they say by the time you experiencing symptoms, you already were past that contagious point.
Yeah, you already were breathing it.
Yeah,
what?
And passing it. Supposedly, allegedly, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know.
So, what's new with everybody? Do you think, like with you and I, like what's gonna be new after we get back to the normal? Do you think you progressed during COVID?
I did.
I think I did. I personally did.
I know he did.
I know if it wasn't for COVID, just a short story, long story short, I started going to IG Live during the COVID, just talking to different people. And then one person that I knew saw me and said, "Hey, come to my podcast." So they knew I was a communication major in college. They said, "Well, you know, I'll be watching you on IG. You need to come on my show. I need a third host." Then he called me. You know, I don't think he knew I was on IG, but he had inspirations to start a podcast.
You put that energy in the universe. And the universe spoke.
And it just spoke and it grabbed you. So then I ended up, you know, leaving them and full time, you know, Game Great Studios. But that's what COVID did. If it wasn't for COVID, I don't think I never would have found time to go on the IG and go live and talk to people about different topics.
Right. You know, COVID was the same thing with me. Like, I went and bought me a little DJ board. That's where it started. With me and DJ board, and then it was like, you know what, like, DJ, then I started seeing the other little DJs on Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot. Like, damn, how they do that? I need to figure out how to pump music through this. So I started. Then I was like, well.
Because we talked about this January 20. Me and you did January 20.
Yep. So then, sure did. And then it was just like, hey, well, it might as well go ahead. Might as well go ahead and try it. But if it wasn't for, you know, the pandemic, we went then one thing led to another. Like he said, he was the first person I talked to. The second person I ended up calling around, like, cause I had an idea. She was with it. I like let's try it. We ran it. Then he came through like we started like with none of this. We had started like on the phone. And then we went from the phone to the laptop.
Oh yeah, sure did.
We started from the phone to the laptop to what we're at today. You know what I mean? So, but if it wasn't for the pandemic,
you made time.
Yeah, I don't think we would have got this like we had. Cause we're ahead of a lot of people right now. You know, we just the only thing we missing is some like a couple viewers. You know what I'm saying? We get like 2 more viewers. We all right.
And shoot, we started with just audio.
Yeah, just audio.
And then graduated to audio video. So
how COVID bless you, man?
Man, so honestly speaking, so I have several businesses, and one of them actually did really well during COVID, and because it did well, it actually started to, I guess, open up other desires that I had of other businesses that I know could do better. And so with that, I am in the process of possibly closing one down and then getting another one started. And COVID most definitely freed up a lot of my time mentally to be able to dedicate myself to a business that I started in 2019. I spent a lot of time with my baby. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we bonded and grew a little closer and, you know, did that whole little thing. I did some soul searching. I gained some weight and all that other good stuff, but I think it was meant for me to do that. And I feel like I'm totally at a better place. I feel like COVID was figuratively and literally like a cocoon situation and then, you know, birthing a butterfly. So that's kind of pretty much the way that I'm riding and how it's blessed me.
What about you, Joe?
Oh, shit, man. Chilling with my children. Mm-hmm. You know, I learned this shit. My wife was good.
Are your kids at home?
Yeah. What I mean by my wife was good, we got along great because we were talking about lawyers. My best friend's a lawyer. He's like my brother. And he asked me on vacation when we went in July, how was my marriage, man? Everything good. He kind of whispered it. Right, man, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, right. And he was like, nah, T, because such. And so that's when I realized that's what kind of benefited me. It wasn't nothing financial, it was just like mentally and spiritually with my family. Mm-hmm. And I realized, you know, I really do love my children and my job requires me to be away a lot sometimes. But I enjoyed that time off with my kids. That's what benefited me.
That's a blessing.
You remember I talked about renewing your license? Mm-hmm. So that's another abbreviation that me and Magic, when we had a conversation, I coined. Like when we married, when we have, even in relationships.
He say taking a long way. He say every year you got to renew your license.
You got to renew your license.
Yeah, when I buy her a pair of Louis Vuitton shoes, a purse, got you.
No. But you got to renew your license for your love language with your spouse. So the pandemic was an opportunity for you to renew your license of love with your wife and your family and just life in period. That's, you know, he like to. You know, he tried to take control. He gonna try to tell nigga how to.
No, I got that. Yeah, that made sense what you said.
Yeah, what I said.
Because we renew our damn driver, like we renew our tag,
right?
And we got a license to be married, so
right.
So,
yeah, we need to renew this love. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
We get, you know, even on your job.
Well, even ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, he full of crap. He full of crap when you get talking lopsided.
Hey, yeah. Even on your job, you know what I mean? You have to have your yearly review.
You gotta have your evaluation.
You gotta have your evaluation, and if you ain't giving your spouse an evaluation, see what I'm saying? See, look, don't get weird.
He right.
Yeah, but he tried to preach a sermon.
I ain't gonna preach a sermon, man.
I already know how when he do this.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He's shaking it up.
Yeah. Hey, you got a little ultra in him too.
Hey, he on one. No, I'm just saying. Look, you got to do your yearly evaluation. That's all.
That's
I'm saying.
fair.
That is fair.
You gotta
How many people were saying when I go back to work, man, fuck them motherfuckers. They say something I don't like, I ain't no more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm putting my damn foot down. Fuck this shit. Yeah. I was that guy. Uh-huh. And the first time I got my chance, man, who the fuck you think you talking to, motherfucker? And since then, it was like everybody loved me. Like we were cool before, but now like Tex and GT. It was like that had been built up for years. Yeah. Like I've been so nice. I'm Georgia, man. I after COVID, I went back with that attitude. Motherfucker, I'm waiting, and I got my opportunity.
The blessing.
And then not only did I cuss that motherfucker up outside, I went inside with 5 more of them and said, "Man, fuck all y'all. Don't fuck with me."
Yes, Biggie Smile.
I needed that.
That release
and from that renewal.
Yeah. There you go.
It's the renewal.
Yeah,
you got them renewed your goddamn G card.
There you go.
Yeah, man. It's been so smooth since then.
Yeah, awesome. They know you about business. Well, not that they didn't know now, but it's a renewal. It was like, oh, okay, he will slap somebody.
He is black.
Right. But Raz, I just need a message from the rabbi since we were talking about evaluations. I don't like how, because a lot of people don't know how to evaluate. They don't know what blocks to check. They don't know what should be on the evaluation. So as the rabbi, when you're doing your yearly evaluation for your mate, your spouse, your girlfriend, or whoever it is, you know what I'm saying, whatever the endeavor may be, what's some of the main things that should be on the eval?
Well, just like any relationship, number one is going to always be the top two reasons why people break up. And marriages are going to divorce needs to be the reason why they should stay, and that's sex and money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's got to be on the number one. How often are we having sex in sub categories? Is it great? If it's not, how can we improve?
Right.
Because your bedroom is your secret.
What are your
space.
best practices? No, that was the
There you
answer.
go.
What are your best
Best
practices in the bedroom? In the bedroom. What
I
are
like
your
the
best
way
practices?
you did that. And number two, looking over finances. And, because women like to sneak off and buy a little purse and hide it under the bed for 2 months. And be like, oh, that was on sale, but the receipt said 2 months ago.
I've been had this.
Yeah, I've been had
I
this.
did be.
You see what I'm saying? But long as all the bills, the kids eating, everybody Gucci, they ain't pull the car on no damn tow truck.
Right.
You got do you?
I learned this too, man. We don't realize it, but when we having sex, we trying to some kind of way be about us mostly. We don't even realize it. We think we trying to satisfy her, but we not even paying attention to what she likes. What's her G spot?
Oh, that's horrible.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I ain't want to sound.
Oh, no, let's go. Why not?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like no
let's go. I'm with that.
Iceberg Slim type.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they're free reign.
Yeah.
But that I have noticed that throughout we're gonna put it on the corona. So throughout the corona pandemic, I've noticed that sex wasn't all about me. It's about my wife. What's her G spot? What turns her on? She need the color. Not saying warm her up like an old lady. I've been seeing this shit on Instagram with a girl. Not warm her up like she's 60. Not that, but just get in the rhythm of what she needs in the bedroom. And I've been doing that shit, and that shit works better. Now, sometimes I got stress in my mind. I'm thinking about money. Ooh, I need to fuck. Goddamn, bit over. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
But
Call it the Project Weenie. That's what we call it.
oh, man.
Project.
We used to call it rabbit fuck.
They get that project real quick. Play that Silk the Shocker and be done with it.
What you said? That's what they reference.
But on the and I learned this too. She cool with the plan in there. All right, tonight we're gonna boom get cheesecake. We're gonna lay down. We're gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna have this on. I want you to wear that cologne, and then you gotta peep some of these signs. She gonna rub the foot the right way. She gonna rub the. So sex wasn't all about me. Now I'm realizing it's more about my wife, because if I'm satisfying me and ain't satifying her, the D word come up.
Yeah.
Not in my house. I'm just saying.
Correct.
Like
It comes up.
Sex
So you all are sharing the experience together,
right?
Versus it was just me accepting the experience or giving it. Now we're
I got a
sharing.
long way to go, boy.
Yeah, you do. You got a long way. You got a long way to go.
I got a long way to go. It's not horrible. I mean, because see, that's the each his own. See,
That's horrible. I'm
talking about Rise over here. Talking about
that is horrible.
That's what I'm saying. That I ain't talking about y'all, but I'm just saying.
I'm up.
We all right. We all right. What we're saying, correct?
Absolutely.
That's some
What the fuck?
bullshit.
But hold on one second. What I'm so shocked about is that y'all age. Now I don't know if that is what you can relate to, but I'm over here with my mouth open like, damn. But I hear a lot of women complain about their sexual experiences, and my mouth still be open. So the fact that you're saying that lines up with what the women say.
Yeah. My informant tells me most of the time that her friends, they don't have oral given to them.
No way.
They don't have orgasms vaginally while having intimacy.
Where my stuff? I gotta go.
And these people are 35 plus.
That's burning.
They never experienced this.
See, but I'm gonna tell you, something be wrong with some of them too, and it's because sometimes they have they words. See, they try to say a lot of times when women can't reach orgasm, when she can't let herself go in her mind, when she can't let herself be involved in the moment, because she has to control something. It's too cold. Did you do this? Bitch, shut up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because now you ruin the moment for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you have and women be thinking we try to get them to submit to us. Nah, baby, I need you to submit to the moment that you want. Now you submit to the moment, and you'll find yourself. So I'm saying, so it ain't the fact that he's immortal his wife, that was his word putting. But the thing was, he decided, you know what, I'm gonna submit to the moment. And anyone more or less, you know what I'm saying, now, Now, because he submitted to the moment and he leading the way submitting to the moment, she might have been able to follow suit in some cases. You know what I'm saying? But everybody not gonna be a leader in that way. So you know what I mean? So it just depends. He just happened to be a leader in that way. Now, a lot of men will submit to the moment if they knew how to submit to the moment.
Right.
But if you want that as a woman, a lot of women block themselves mentally
True. That is
from having a great experience.
I agree.
Because they come, because you know what I'm saying? Because it's always on me, because it's especially the women in our time, because they want so much control. You know what I'm saying? His wife don't deal with a lot of control, because you know what I mean? Because she come in a system where you know what, she don't mind following what she needs to follow. So it's probably easier for her.
Correct.
So the thing is, like a lot of these women that come from single mamas, that dominant women, they come from other dominant women. These are the women you're gonna probably more than likely, I ain't saying all, but more than likely, these are the women that are experienced not reaching orgasms and all this other stuff right here, because they too dominant. They want to control the room and mentally blocking themselves.
Now, see, that I have not dove into. But what is interesting to me is always when women say, oh, yeah, I'm dating this person and they don't do oral. Oh, I'm dating this person and they want to do this, but I don't want to do that. To me, that's a conversation that should be had up front. Most of the women that I know want oral and they like giving oral. So in that aspect, for me, we're not getting to any point if ain't no oral involved. That's just bananas to me. So for you to even find out, hey, he don't do oral, and that's something that you actually want, how the fuck did he even get to the penetration point?
But he don't do oral. He might don't do oral with you. Like, do you look scrumptious?
True that too.
Like,
but for me,
do you look scrumptious?
I get it. But
I'm not gonna let it go. I can't chime in every time.
Right. What I find to be boggling is women, men, whatever. I'm saying women because that's what I'm representing today. Or period. But women that actually want oral and they don't get it, but you still fucking. Why? Why are you doing that and you not getting what the fuck you want?
Nah, I got a bisexual friend.
No way.
And she said, you know, and truthfully, what she saying, she was like, you know what, I said, so what make you want to be bi? You know, and she was like, Kai, Kai, she was like, well, she figured she gonna have to get what she like in 2 parts.
No, ma'am.
When she want to be banged, right, set with my, but then like when she want to be touched and loved on and licked
caressed
right,
properly
and caressed right, that's what she go over there for. So it's like, now is that, what y'all feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I done had a situation. I done told her, feel like, you know what? If she with me and she feel like she want a girlfriend, I don't mind her having a girlfriend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of us to be friends.
Of course you would. Of course, because that was gonna be my next question. Do you have restrictions on what her girlfriend can look like?
If we all gonna be friends, yes. if it's just gonna be your girlfriend, your girlfriend alone, that's fine. But then, I'm like, hey, but. So that's where the bisexual thing come in sometimes.
Well,
so if your wife or somebody said they want to bring another woman into the
don't
bedroom,
bring us in there.
I want to speak on the all sex part, man. This my hustle. Yeah, I feel like every nigga who's sharp or been groomed by his father that was a hellified man in his time. A man should know that his private part should smell like Prada, Gucci, Versace, whatever the fuck he wear on his neck. That's how
somebody
his
else
neck.
last name. My dick gotta smell like somebody else last name.
Oh.
Go ahead.
He just saying that. What I gathered from that is that it just need to be smelling like.
It needs to smell fresh. It smell pleasant.
Right. So when somebody put
the
their
person
face down
don't have no issue. Not because if you smell nice up here and she kissing on you down here, up here, she ain't gonna have no words being down there. Cause
Right.
it smell nice down there. And same for a man to a female.
There you go. I wasn't gonna say that.
No, it goes
They go
both
hand in
ways.
hand,
It
you
goes both
understand?
ways.
It does
Absolutely.
go both ways, you know what I mean? But it's more likely to go bad with women than it is with
No,
men.
it's not. No, it's not.
I mean, it's a lot of sour patches. Now,
You're right. Any hair, whether it's on the penis or vagina, could be a sour patch. Let's just be clear.
So the bigger question, because we at the end of the rope on the day show, we done went over a lot. But we had a special guest in the house, so it was all Gucci. So we can maybe pick this up as another topic of what do you do or how do you communicate to your spouse or your partner that they are not smelling pleasant
And if
without hurting their feelings? How do you do it? That's a cliffhanger.
Hey,
I
For
think
another,
Duke,
but
I
give
think-
a little.
I think Duval already answered that. The two finger test. If she go, then I mean you can go.
Okay.
You know he had a little good answer on
Okay.
that. But, how do you tell a woman if she smell bad? I don't know, man. I've been married for a long time.
Like verbally, how do you sit there and say, you know, baby,
That's
you know,
it.
No, let's do this. How would you like for a man?
There you go.
First of all, as a female, I feel like
I don't know what to
you
say.
are supposed to smell I feel like you smell yourself before anybody else does. Now, one thing that I feel like people, male and female, have gotten misconstrued is natural body odor, which is the pheromone. Like, I do think that some people are some people's are more pleasing than others, for one.
That
And for
musk.
two-
Yeah, it smell
right.
like a
And
champ
for two,
burger.
Yeah.
not a champ
Right,
burger.
right.
No, the champ burger. No,
Yeah.
a champ burger needs a bath.
Not the
No,
fish
no.
smell, the musk smell.
No. That's what I'm saying. So
It's
no.
a jam burger.
No, if you smell like a champ
Champ
burger,
Smoke.
a yoni bar or a dove bar is needed.
That's the best thing.
But I do feel like people have natural pheromones. See, like women and some women be like, oh yeah, I need her to smell like literally smell like Bath and Body Works or that. I just think that it just should be a pleasing, mild situation. If it's an odorous, offensive situation, you should smell yourself. You smell yourself first. When you go use the restroom, you smell your vagina. You smell your. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck?
But so sometimes you can't smell. Sometimes till it gets stirred up a little bit.
No, it's for me. My sense of smell is very high, so I know if I'm.
If the seal ain't broke, it ain't come. Smell ain't coming out.
No.
But sometimes after you done stirred it a little bit, you be like, whoa.
Me personally, I feel like if you are dating a female and they do smell, you can just tell them, hey babe, what you using down there? You know what I'm saying? Like, just start a dialogue.
Quit using all that shea butter. It
Right,
don't
and
work.
and one thing that I feel like women don't understand is that you have to be careful with what soap you use,
Correct.
what detergent on your clothes you use.
Stay out the flea market
what type
putting this
of
black
panties-
soap on you.
That too. What
Okay,
type
well.
of panties? What type of material that you have on? Because that can trigger odors and bacteria. You also have the tightness of your pants.
Yeah.
And
Gotta
if
breathe.
your probiotics, if your what's that called? Your pH can be
pH,
off.
yeah.
That and other things can contribute to that. Your diet, your digestive system working slower than others, that can trigger that stuff to be a little fumy too. So all of that's something to be taken into consideration. And that's just my 2 cents.
He got a last piece.
That's
You got some Mr. Big or Breeze there?
Oh,
To take us out, we got post to the legend.
I like the we can have that relationship topic though.
Yeah.
But I think too many lazy people trying to date each other.
There you go.
That could be
The
it too.
motherfucker don't want to work, don't want to bathe, don't want to shave, don't want to groom,
Man,
don't want to
listen.
keep everything I did when I got my wife. I still do to this day.
Yeah, man.
And I tell all the time, if me and you don't work out and you decide you don't want me no more, I won't be doing this again.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's gonna be all about me.
Yeah.
And I understand a lot of my partners, they buy me, and I understand why.
Right. How long have you been married, if y'all mind me asking?
We got married in 2008, but we've been knowing each other since she was 17 and I was 21.
Okay.
So I'm 42 now, so I've been knowing her over half my life.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna have-
That's
hey.
what's up. And I most definitely, the fact that you said you date your wife still, that is very commendable for both of y'all, because I know you date Eb too. So
He probably, I'm not, like I said,
he where he wanna be.
yeah.
hold on, what?
I had to catch what he said.
Right, 'cause
Hold on, he told a girl not to speak to me because I would run. Don't do me like no whole ass nigga, man.
Right. But see, then if I
What
mention
you
some
talking
stuff, he
about?
gonna
What
jump
girl he
down my
talking
back.
about?
And Buckhead, when me, you, and Hammer went to Ricky little and the waitress was talking to everybody. He said, don't speak to him, he gonna run. Don't do me
Wait,
like
I don't even remember that.
That sounded like something he would do.
He was probably
so
he
he's
had to
telling
smoke
the
some
truth.
Reggie.
He's telling the
Smoke some
truth.
Reggie.
You probably don't remember, but you probably
I
that sound
ain't
like
making up
something.
nothing.
You not.
Right,
That
he
sound like
probably
magic. That sound like magic. But no, Ebony is a foolish. Like she likes to go out a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Who?
His
My
wife.
wife. She likes to go out all the time.
go with her.
He don't even want to spend no. He don't even want to spend.
Listen,
Hey, see, the thing. See, the difference between y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all the difference between y'all
you
two.
can tell it.
No, because he likes he likes to spend money, and he likes to go out and spend his money on his. There ain't nothing wrong with like spending money on his situation, but you know what I'm saying. But listen, you like shit. I ain't finna spend my money because you want to eat.
No, because you said
I don't even drink, and my wife drank whatever the fuck she wants.
And just like he said, that's what you should tell an adult. So don't try to spend it on me today.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
You better bring
that's
it
not
back.
the case. That's not
Who,
the
me?
case.
Yes, you.
Yeah.
Because I would say that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
That's what you tell a parent.
He said when a woman tells a man, I'm hungry, I'm a little munchy, his response should be, that's something you tell a parent.
Ridiculous.
But no, even in the pandemic, she was so antsy about getting out. And I'm like, look, it's still a pandemic going on. What are you doing?
Trying to go eat. I'm with Evan.
Like, and just trying to go. I'm like, eat. Even her mama and her godmama, they calling me like, yeah, what's up? You ain't try. I said, that girl grown. I done gave my piece, you know, but it's all a light topic because it's like she gone again.
Yeah,
and
she
I'm like,
grown.
yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what children do.
Yeah,
She grown.
She grown. But we were
Still a child.
but we've said that because you gotta understand having a brand new house, different things come up, and I'm trying to get like he said, manage.
Adult.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
adult.
settle into your house.
I'm like, look, you want to have a fence up? These fences cost $4,000 to put up. If you want it done the right way, you gotta get the license to do it. You gotta get the permits to do it. But you can't get the license. You can't get the fence put up to keep the snakes out the grass if you going out to eat 4 or 5 times out the week.
True that. It's a balance. It is most definitely a balance.
All right, so this is not directed at you. The format for a marriage should be wife have a saving. This is my life. I'm not sweating.
No,
I would never disrespect you.
You good? Yeah, and we got and back what you about to say is it's set up like that too. But go ahead.
So my mother died in 2013, and she had just changed her insurance because she had just turned 62, so she wanted something to accommodate her new money. So the insurance didn't cover her funeral. So I paid $10,000 cash for my mom to be buried, and then like 3-4 months later they sent me a $2,000 check. That's all they gave my mama for her. But her insurance policy was way more. But she only had 2 months. So that taught me something. Man, you need to keep some money, and you need to keep some money where your wife could have it just in case something happened to you. So that's where that started. It didn't want to know I learned this shit from a guru or goddamn.
Big guru over here.
Not you, guru. I'm saying like, yeah, well I just learned the name of guru today.
I'm the rabbi. He the guru.
Oh,
he the guru. I'm the rabbi.
Yeah, I'm
the
related
God
to the
spoke
guru.
to me. He.
I'm gonna wear a
I
shirt.
was called.
I'm gonna wear a shirt.
I was
next time.
chosen. He.
The best.
I was appointed.
The best.
He was chosen. I was appointed.
The best ADHD podcast in the South. We got ADHD like a motherfucker. Because I'll be the forgot when. Hold on.
But no, go ahead.
All right, so
the joint account.
Her savings
account.
Her savings account in her name only with a certain amount of money for her and the kids. Then she has her own checking and saving. Then I have a joint savings with her. Then I have my own account. So therefore, my money way over here. Her money way over here. Our money together.
There you go.
Then we got fuck off money in between.
That's
that checking money.
That's
like
how
so
we
to
got
this
it.
morning, and I ain't want to tell nigga he gonna be like, man, you stay. But I be like them clothes and shit.
Yeah, we know you.
So I had saw some shit yesterday I wanted to get, but I was with my nigga. He was on kind of moving fast, so I said, shit, baby, I know the spot. I had to include him. Rather, I wanted to go, so I said, I don't know what spot. Whoa. So we shoot the bucket. I gave me a couple outfits, and I buy her a couple outfits. But when we get to the register, she say, I don't need your money. I got my own money. I'll buy this myself.
Mm.
So that's where the problem.
That's a diamond in the rough right there.
Now. I said all this.
Amen. That's gonna hold it first.
I'm gonna explain it.
Hold up. But I said that. But this is what I mean for 2022. I'm starting the year off with $5,000 in my name for all my bullshit.
Yeah.
It's my $5,000 gonna be for my cigars, my cigarettes, whatever I want to smoke. It's gonna be for my energy drinks, all my luxuries and my wants is coming out that $5,000. Now all my bill money, car note, rent, more, whatever. That shit coming out my serious money. But I'm gonna start the year off with $5,000 cash. And when that $5,000 gone, I wanna know what money it is and how the fuck I spent $5,000 on nothing.
Right.
That's gonna be my new thing. Have just a lump sum, $5,000, start off 2022. Let's see what it do. Then I can know exactly what I'm spending fucking off on. Cause right now it's kind of hard to keep up with on that credit. I'm looking at my credit card. That shit be so long. Or what I do. So yeah, but my wife she is financially stable on her end. I'm financially stable on my end. Then we got some together.
And that's what's up.
And actually your situation is mirror to ours.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. When just like a man, when we ready to go, we gonna tell you, man set the tone, woman set the pace. Amen. Let's go get something to eat.
I set the tone in that motherfucker.
Yeah. So
she sets the pace.
So we are when a man tell you let's go eat, he already know where he going. Or he got a range of what he gonna spend. So when she say, well, where we going? And he respond, we can go to Papa Joe, we can go to Ruth Chris, we can go to Fogo de Chow. So you already know you looking at $6 plates. You easy. So you know you can run with it. Okay? But you be in situations, and I know when we first started just dating, I get the call, you want to go get something to eat. Well, if I know you want a wedding band, you want the closing of a house, I got other responsibilities outside the marriage. I mean, outside of the dating. I'm trying to do what I need to do to make sure when you get your ring, it's something you can be proud of. When you get the house, it's something that we can be proud of. When we get married, it's something
she knew she was gonna get a ring.
We can be proud of. You see what I'm saying?
They had discussed that.
That was a discussion,
right? I wanted to,
but at the same time, I could have still went. Like when she went to Mexico, prime example, we can close the show. And if anybody got some last comment, they can.
I've been just doing talking. Y'all could have stopped it.
So one of her friends got married in Mexico. Okay?
Married.
Yeah, had a destination with it.
It was what my little sister was.
No, not
your sister married?
My sister got married, man.
So
in Mexico.
So she said, well, the trip, even though they had a little discount, with the people coming, still, we're going to probably be about $4,000 for both of us to go.
I was about to say $4,200.
Okay. So I'm sitting here looking at my timeline, what I got going. I make pretty decent money, but I ain't on the Forbes list. You see what I'm saying? So I still got to be responsible because I'm from East Point. I already know how these things can flip in a minute.
Ooh, boy.
So I'm sitting there looking like, nah, if I'm going to be able to do this in 4 months, I can't throw away $3,000. Here she go. I mean, I said, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm not going to Mexico and still trying to work on getting no ring. You can't do this. This is not. I want.
At least she wanted you to go, and I think.
I appreciate that. I said, but you know what? I'm built different. I said, go have fun. If you got the bread to go, and that's your friend. First of all, that ain't my friend.
Right.
So go enjoy yourself. You see what I'm saying? And when you come back, we'll take off like we've been taking off, but we're going to still have fun. But I'm not going to move and groove every time somebody moves and groove. Now, if you're going to host. You're going to invite me somewhere. Now, you tell me, hey, I want you to go to Mexico, here I take you. That's a different conversation. But to say, I want us to go.
Yeah.
And then usually for destination weddings, you usually
I gotta give out.
If you say you hungry, and my mind is on you.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what, when you learning and renewing our license, that's something I think, and I'm being open, we gotta renew as far as communicating on how we want to do things as a couple. And then we talked about that, having date night, having family night, and you had your girls' night, and I had my guy night.
Absolutely.
And the pandemic kind of shut that process down because everything was just closed off and everybody was stuck in the house.
Right.
But now things opening up. I'm like, yeah, we can now go do this with the kids. If you want to go with your homegirl, that's fine. But you think I'm gonna go Monday night, Ruth Chris, Wednesday night, Papa Doe, Friday night, Bahama Reed, Saturday night,
Oh, you know where to go.
I'm not going to all the places.
You're right.
You don't know. Listen, it's on you. Do.
And that's
It be
understandable.
on you.
Yeah.
It be on you. Like,
What?
see, because I don't even ask them if you hungry. I just start feeding them. Like, yeah. Like, I don't ask them if they want nothing to drink. I just get one for them. I just get it.
You know
sent
what,
to 'em.
man?
And for those who can, God bless you.
It took, now you remember when I first got here, so I ain't saying I've been doing this for a long fucking time.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Now, this is for the listeners. Me and you on the same page.
Right. And, man, this is what I know about women. Close your ears or just ignore me. If I tell him something, he gonna listen to me and then talk back. If I tell you something, you gonna listen to me, then talk back. If you tell me something, I'm gonna listen to you, and then I'm gonna talk back. If I tell a woman something, she ain't gonna listen to shit I say and talk back.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the most frustrating
And then her best friend
I want to
tell
throw
her.
a shout out to Tupac because he taught me this in the 90s. He said, bitch recognize gang, start laughing. Now I'm all in the guts and shit. Praying that a nigga don't left nut too quick because now if I change the gangs, a motherfucker, a real nigga turn the bus and bury me in a Jeep. But the reason I say that is, I told you this the other night. As soon as I said that, what did that young lady start doing? She said, ah ha ha! Because that's true.
He said, bitch recognize game, start laughing.
You didn't catch it.
I was listening slow, but I caught it when he slowed it down. But hey,
Not calling you a bitch.
We ain't gonna go there.
I had
But
fun.
no,
I had fun. Y'all boys on the chain, man. And young lady.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed y'all.
So we had a good time. We got to bring him back, man. He might be
a regular.
a solid. Not no possible. When you playing spades.
She shook her head. She scratched her head. A regular.
Solid. You understand?
I was saying a regular.
I know.
I was funny. She used a different word, but we said the same thing. So
I like it.
so, can I get the bid?
Oh,
you got that for me?
Hey, do we got a little?
So my last little word, you know what I'm saying? Plenty of men who want to share a bed with you, but the right one will only share a stimmy with you. Take that. We got folks sitting in their house 2 times. We got East Point Atlanta this thing 2 times today. Hey, just remember.
Mr. Biggs in the motherfucking show talking about these.
We'll see y'all next week, man.